Good morning, everybody, and good afternoon, and if it's evening, good evening. I hope you had a wonderful day yesterday, and I hope you have another wonderful day today. Um, Thanks to Ace and Blaze, and another new person that we had was Acer, aka wait a second, I gotta close this screen. Hold on a second. But anyways, I had a few people that came to help yesterday when we did the favor farm, and I went and did that. I need to check something before I show you my favor farm, just to show you what we did. And I really am very appreciative of the help that I did get with that. Huge. Oh, it's Vince. Yes, Vince Acer, aka Vince. No, I got kind of distracted with something too before I could say your name. I don't know why this thing's going slow. I'm so proud of myself. I got this thing so close to 100. It's not even funny. But, what to do? You know what? I think I am going to open this wall. Because then I'd be down to, I believe, I'll have to double check. But it's probably not going to let me because I think I have to be 185. I think. Wait a minute. I clicked. That's what I thought. Okay, thank you. All right, I'm going to exit out of this one and go into my normal game. Yep. My farms. I want to make sure, is it? Nope, I'm going to do it public because, in case somebody wants to join or whatever, then more than welcome to. But if they want to come and join favor, which this is not my favor farm, but that's okay. We're all good. I don't know. It's running. I think it's running a little slow today. I could be wrong. But look at, speaking of favor, look at all that favor that's just running around the place. It came to my attention just by certain events that kind of occurred over the past, I don't know. I want to say a couple of weeks because it's been kind of subtle, but then it's kind of, I don't know. But I'll figure it out. What's the difference between the two numbers on the left and right stars, the one under your picture and the number under the season? I'll tell you in a second. Oh, no, I can't see. Oh, I have to probably be on my, I probably have to be on my phone. Oh, I see what you're saying. The one that's up top. Okay, my picture on the left and the right stars. Okay. The two numbers on the left and right stars, the one under your picture, the number under the season. Okay, the number under my picture, that's what level I am. Okay, that's what level I am as a player. Because I know when you go to other people's farms, you'll see your level. But the number under the seasonal thing, that's the level of my farm. So, hence the reason why I stream. And I think some people forget, the reasons why, I stream anyways. I have several reasons, but one in particular I'm going to tell you right now is, I'll tell you the first biggest reason, but I don't. It's not as much. But yeah, when you go to another farm, by the way, like you will see, like when you go to another farm, Vince. Here's how it works. Oh, let me grab this little favor deal. Okay. If I can just show you. because what happens is, see, because it's gonna look kind of screwy. Like when you go to your farm, obviously, your farm is like you're gonna see your picture, and then you're gonna see your level, and then on the right side you're gonna see what season it is, and so on and so forth, and how much money and all that sort of stuff you got. But it's gonna show you your level of your farm, okay? But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna exit out of this. And I'm going to go to, let's say, somebody else's farm. I'm going to join a farm randomly. Ooh. Let's go to Grim Reaper's farm. That says easy favor. Okay, so according to Grim Reaper, his or her farm is going to be level 726. Wow. They worked very hard at that one. But here's the thing. For the obvious, and here's another thing I'll show you too, in case you want to see this. When you get to like let's say now we are now at the Grim Reaper's farm, okay? Oh my goodness, I think you are trying to earn more diamonds, and I can feel your pain. Okay, see, there's the Grim Reaper at level 641, and I'm at 456, but their farm is level 726 if you look to the right. So basically, you're going to see your icon and you're going to see their icon, and then, it's going to show you. But now, if you go into the menu, it's going to show you his or her level is 641. And also, it's letting me. You see this right here? If you see that, that means, let's say, for example, I'm playing on my PC right now. So what that means is they're either playing on an Xbox, or they're playing on a PlayStation, or they're playing on a Switch. A Switch, whatever. But you understand what I'm saying? So when you see the cross arrows like that, that's exactly what it means. It means that they're playing on a different device from you. But let's say you don't see those crosses. And it's just plain. What that means is that person is still playing on, well, let's say again, Xbox. But then again, if you're playing it, see, you're not gonna see any of that if you're playing on the same device as they are. But if you're not playing on the same device as they are playing on, okay, obviously you're gonna see the cross. That's what you're gonna see. Just so you know. And I better do something, because I'll feel bad if I don't do nothing. And I don't really need the favor, but oh my gosh. Please tell me I don't have to go. Oh, yes, you do. I have to go a long way. But that's okay. That's okay. Wow, their lettuce is prestige 4. Nice. And that's all this, it's all this farm is? No. So they do have, as you can see, they have lettuce over here. And then they have the 3 basic flowers up top, which is pretty cool. That's what I kind of did too when I first started playing, was because if you have the honey, for example. Okay, that I have to show you in settings. I don't know if it's going to let me. It's in settings. I'll show you. I actually like it because, obviously, now again, don't be confused. When you see the resource bar down below here, those are not my resources. Those belong to the person's that whatever farm I'm on. So it gives me an idea, and I'm going to go back and get that ticket for them in case they want it. Oh, crap, I better get some gas, huh? It helps. Oh, shoot. But we'll see. But I will show you how to do the settings on that. I'm pretty sure it might be in the game once. I have to double check. But I want to clarify a few things. And I honestly didn't know how to title this particular stream today. But as I was saying earlier, I ran into a couple of issues, and I want to clarify some issues that kind of arose over the past, I don't know, couple of weeks, I'd say. Yeah. And I want you all to know the reason why I stream. There are a few, actually. Um, and I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm going to put it right out there. I would hope you know that I'm a very, very straight shooter. I'll tell you, like it is. It is what it is, and there's no gray area about it. And sometimes it's, I hate to say it so bluntly, but sometimes when being a straight shooter, sometimes in your life it could be a bad thing because people don't want to hear it, and oh well. Okay, so now I'm gonna exit out of here, and I think they have a. They should, right? Okay. Sign. Happy to help. Misbehaving. Misbehaving. That's another person that I remember from way back. And it's interesting, too, for me when I look at some of the guest books and you see people coming in and, stuff like that. But I don't think... No, you can't see their... No. Okay, I'm gonna exit out of this. Okay. And as I... Okay, customize settings. Settings. Okay, I'm going to go to the settings. I'm not sure which one it is, but I'll tell you in a minute. Remember, prioritize add-ons? No. Select active item in shop. I put no because I just did. Town travel target nearest. Water crops and auto tractor, nothing. No. Definitely not. Don't touch that one. Allow season. I put allow seasonal event color to no. What that basically means is when there is an event going on, it'll change the color of the ground to like pink. And you can leave it yes and see if you like it. If you don't like it, then change it back to yes. Always show selected minerals. Show weather effects. I put no because sometimes it just drives me crazy. Show tile effects. Shows effects when working on tiles such as water, dirt on the resource. This is a biggie right here. Limited auto tractor speed. Please do yourself a favor. Leave it as no. Don't touch it. Smooth auto tractor. Leave it as no. Don't touch it because it'll just screw up your game. I don't think. Okay, here we go. Interface scale. That's what you see if you can see it going all the way around. Determines the size of interface components. I put standard. It's at your discretion, however you want to do it, but that's fine. Display area. I put big. Expand widescreen. Well, if you have a widescreen, absolutely. It says when able, the interface will expand to cover the whole screen on the widescreen on wide aspect ratios. When disabled, interface kept in the center of the screen. So, like, if you have a widescreen, yeah, that's absolutely. Okay, changes. I'm not going to go into that because I just left it alone. I honestly haven't touched it. When disabled, it makes the game more immersive, but you can miss out on useful information. I put show UI, yes. Compass, that's that little thing that you see up in the, like up in the top there, what direction you're going to. Okay. On-screen inventory, yes. If you say no, you're not going to see that on-screen inventory thing. Absolutely not. And also, remaining time of season, I put a yes on that because, especially if you're, putting stuff down. I mean, basically, it's just telling you how many minutes you got left before the next season comes rolling around. Recycle confirmation prompt. I put always because if you're half awake and half asleep, right? Be careful. So I put always. So that way, if my eyes close for a couple of minutes, it's going to prompt me and ask me again. Tiled borders, that's important because wherever you stand, okay, it's going to show you that square that you're in. Action pop-ups, that's, shows that inaction is informed. Even when it fails, will still show. So in other words, when you're watering something, it's going to pop up. So I do everything. Pop-up duration, short. You don't need it for a long time. Tile grid, I put no. I actually tried it for a little while. I wasn't really crazy about it, but, Okay, we'll get to that, Blaze. Thank you so much. Show building range. That's important as well because it will show you the building range, like whatever building you're putting down, like the security building. Oh, also like your little boards that like when you're putting them up and you want to go like the 18 by 18, it'll show you all the grids, tile icons, and obviously again I put them big, but it's at your discretion. And I put everything for filter, icon distance, medium. I haven't really tested that out, so I couldn't tell you. But I think that's just got to do with like, hey, what can I see? But anyways, okay, A9G. Let's go visit. Let's go visit that farm, and then I can probably favorite it. Oh, he's cool. Okay, so we have A9G, A9G, E9S. Yes. I like that. Oh, could not find. What? Did I put something down wrong? A9G. Let's try it again. Well, see, I'm kind of glad you asked because I think some people, I want people to, kind of understand. I'm wondering if you could, because, not only do I try to help, it's like, because there are still people that are just new to the game. And let me see if I can get this in. Yes, I punched in the wrong numbers. But anyway, I just want to let people know, and I don't do it often enough as far as well, it's like I stream, but I want to tell you something. My farm is kind of high level, um, which obviously is kind of thing. Wow, look at that! Ooh, oh, I didn't want to do that. Wow, I love it. Now this looks like a little postage stamp. This is kind of like the postage stamp area. Just to kind of give you guys some, things here. Ooh, there is a mine over here. Let's play in the mine. Because I've used all my favor. Oh, actually, hold on a minute. Before I even go in that mine, I'm going to hopefully add to favorites. Okay. Let me hopefully find the favor guy. Where are you? Yeah, I mean, I know that when I first started playing, I kind of messed around with all the little thingies because, no lie, when I was watching somebody, I seen that little, inventory thing on the bottom. And I thought, how the heck is he doing that? Of course, you have to go and look in the thing and how to set it up and everything. So yeah, where am I? I have to go over to the west. And where the heck am I? I have to go back up, go north, east, 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 west. Wait a minute. Where am? Oh, turn around, silly. Oh, there he is. Okay. Okay. 1, 2. Okay. Go back. Where's the mine? The mine is here. Let's see what's in this. Oh, good Lord. The mine is full of stuff. Yep, 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 yep. Good job on the mine. Okay, so we're going to... And plus, what I'm getting is, double whatever they have down here in the mine. But I want to let the majority of you know the reason why I'm here. When you're first starting out and you're new to the game, and that's why I tell people feel free to ask, and I'll do my best to help you, with whatever you're doing. I don't mind. Well, I'm here and I'm mining your stuff. So there you go. And I will tell you something. When you're mining your stuff, when you're mining in the mine, yeah, you get your diamonds, by the way. It's just an FYI. So, yeah. I mean, and I will tell you in the very beginning, I hated the mine. I did. I hated it. Because obviously, if you look at my first farm, nope, I didn't really pay much attention to it. But now I am, simply for the fact that, yeah. Because even though, it's like you think, oh, God, I got to... But, this is pretty awesome. And I love seeing the blue mushrooms. Save them, don't sell them. But I love seeing the blue mushrooms. Those are awesome. So, I mean, that's why, I kind of like impress upon, pay attention to your mind. I know we all hate it, but you know what? You got to hate it to love it. Because when you're in a pinch and you need to get some diamonds, you'll get them from here. Well, mushrooms, I can get them from the pigs. But the blue mushrooms, and like again, it's like depending on the level of your farm or actually on your shops, by the way, you might run across something that's gonna say, "Oh, great! Look at you! At 900, I don't even want to talk about this. 983 blue mushrooms. Mine is sad." But no, there was a point where I did a shop, and it said to me I needed X amount of those blue mushrooms. I'm like, are they serious? I didn't have like any. Like I probably had under 200. Yeah, so I had to work my butt off to do blue mushrooms. But I think it's important for people to know that one of the reasons why I stream, is because I enjoy helping other people out, and I like listening to their ideas because they're pretty cool sometimes, or if they need some help with trying to rearrange and arrange their farm, that's what it's really all about. With Farm Together is you're helping each other out cooperatively. That's what it is. Don't stress over rearranging your stuff. Oh, don't do that. But you got little kids, though, right? Are you stressing over rearranging for Christmas as in the event? Oh, good Lord. Oh, my. If only you knew my pain. And I'm being honest, I'll tell you. I stressed over the Easter event. I really did. I seriously did. Because, it was, I don't even think, No, no, I did not. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't have enough space to even do the Easter event, so that's how sad it was. So, yeah. I mean, and I'm not kidding you when I say this. I was sticking berry trees here and rabbits there, and then I had, oh man, and then the eggs. Oh, it was just horrendous. So I did come up with that thought of, because I did say it to Ace last night. I said, hey, Ace, I could probably just do this farm here, the lettuce farm that we did, and just transform it into, for now, temporarily, the Christmas event. So, but as far as dressing of a real Christmas, oh God, people are going crazy. Okay, so now this is a really good open, you know, mine. It's got all the blue mushrooms and some of the whites and things like that. But it's really nice to see that. But again, I just want to say that I'm here to help people. Um, and I'll tell you what got me streaming. And I know you could probably you'll probably hear it in the beginning if you ever get them watched on YouTube. Is last year in September, my son died. And, I wouldn't want to wish that on anybody. And then shortly thereafter, when my son died, my other half died, but he had cancer. Okay. Um, so, um, I started streaming in February. Okay. And when I started streaming in February, it became which way am I supposed to go? That way? That's gonna screw me up, isn't it? Let's go in that house and see what they got cooking. But anyways, yes, my other half passed away last year in September, and my son, he passed away last year. And honestly, it was a really tough time for me. And so, I mean, and that's how it goes, you know what I mean? It was a really tough time for me, and I'm sure for all of you, if you've had someone pass away in your life, you understand where I'm coming from. But, and I've had the recommendations and suggestions, oh, maybe you should go to a support group. You know something? Some of us just can't do support. We can't, Some of us just have to. Some of us just have to do it in our own way. Grief is not something that you can pick up a book and read on how to grieve. It's how it all depends on the individual, period, end of story. Oh, that's good. That's really good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad someone got you some bunnies. But overall, the general thing is when I started doing my stream in February, because I guess during the months of October, November, so on and so forth, of last year, obviously, I was going through a really rough time last year. I didn't want to. I mean, acceptance is the hardest thing any human being can ever do, and I don't really care who you are, because when you have to accept it is what it is, it's almost like, okay, I have to accept today's Tuesday. But when it comes to something close to your heart, it's kind of like your brain's like, no, no, you just, I mean, it is what it is. Um, and I didn't play this game, and then finally in February, one of the things that my other half used to love was watching me play this game, and that was the big thing, is that and I really can't, and I did miss that, but I remember he used to say to me, because, I was either playing on my Xbox or something like that. Sometimes he'd catch me watching shows, on Hulu, and he would say to me, "Why aren't you playing with your friends? Why aren't you playing your games?" And I'm like, because I want to watch the show. You know what I mean? So, but he used to sit there with me at night sometimes and watch me play this game. You know, um, and to me, that was quality time, and it was nice. You know. It's 12:00 p.m. Hi, Dialects. How you doing? But then, I found myself when I was streaming back this year in February. Um, and here's another thing I'm going to be honest about. To me, the only reason why I was streaming at that time, at that very moment, from February on my farm, and I dedicated that farm to Larry, that was his name, was it was my way of dedicating something to him. That's how it worked. Um, and honestly, I never expected followers. I never expected friends, but they just showed up. You know, they were just there. They were very nice and very supportive, and we became friends. And we helped each other. But they helped me more than they know. But they helped me a lot. I mean, I went through some pretty rough stuff, and and I also had some friends from Xbox that helped me through it, because I knew that if I did not get up and do something, I would have been doomed, seriously doomed. And but was being pushed by some who knows what, to continue what I was doing. And I obviously continued what I was doing. And that's why I'm here today. Because I met a lot of really nice people and made some very good friends along the way that were very helpful, caring, loving, and, things like that. And it meant a lot to me. It really did. It was so nice meeting Maya. It was so nice meeting Ace. It was so nice meeting Mr. T, because they were really good people, and they still are, obviously. I'm doing good, and my chat better be doing good too. But, um, but as I progressively kind of started to feel better, um, you know, there are people out there that I know. Like we're playing our game, and you know, you're new to the game. I mean, come on, because I was playing this game since last year. So then, Xbox people was getting this game, the PlayStation people were getting this game, including the Switch people were getting this game. Oh, and they probably got it on PC too. But they were new, this year. So even though, yeah, my farm never made 500 like other farms did, my farm is definitely not close to 750 like some farms are. And no, I'm not level 7 something. Um, I kind of feel like I want to move it. I want to pay it forward and not backwards. I don't want to go back. I want to go forward. And that's the whole idea, is to go forward and not backwards, you know. And and I know for some, I don't think this is gonna fly, but we'll see, because this is a summer thing. Okay, yeah, it is. Okay, so what do you need mostly more of, Blaze? Do you need more diamonds, or do you need more ribbons? Which of the two do you need? And I'm doing so well, Dr. Opie. Coins and coins. Look at you. You got 14 million coins. Coins and diamonds. I'll give you diamonds. Okay, because my favor's full. So what I'll do is I'll give you some diamonds. Oh God, I gotta find that place again, don't I? That's the worst and most embarrassing thing. You come to somebody's farm and you go, okay, where's their exchange shop? Where is it? Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is how it's done. If you are on somebody else's farm, listen very carefully. You can get your own boost, like simple as that, right? Or, let's say, I'm on Blaze's farm right now, so that's why I said to Blaze, I said, what do you need? Do you need, I'm not giving you any gold. Do you need diamonds or do you need ribbons? The only thing that's probably the most costly is the ribbons. But let me see, let me check. Diamonds. I'm going to give you diamonds. Yeah. Okay. So when you're at, whoever's farm and you're friends with them or whatever, and you know that they need diamonds or something like that, you can simply click on the diamond, hit X or whatever it is on your controller. And right now I'm going to give Blaze 1,781 diamonds. That's how it works. Sarah Luca. Okay. That's a new person. Okay. So now I'm going to give them that. I mean, it's not a lot, but it's, it helps. Every little bit helps when you're trying to help somebody else work out their farm. Now, I can go back to their farm, go over here at someplace. Oops, go back. Why did that house? Oh, what do you got? Piano. Oh, yeah. I love the purple notes. Okay, so now I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to get me some fast favor. Is it Sarah Luca? Sarah Lucia. Sarah Lucia looks like to me. But see, you can watch how fast my favor goes back up again. Okay. But I just want people to know that when I am streaming, it's in a hope that I can help somebody out there, because we have a lot of lurkers sometimes, that are just watching, and that's cool too. I mostly use boost option and farm there with their boost active. Yeah. Oh, wow, you got your lettuce already prestige too? I'm jealous. Good Lord. I don't think mine's is at 2 yet. But, and in some sense, though, I seriously, I want people to know that, because like I do, I move my videos up and up on YouTube. I'll let you know that. But as a team, we're here to help, and I'm gonna run low on gas eventually. I'll find a gas pump somewhere. Oh, over there. I see one. Yeah, I usually do that, Cyril. I usually, when I go there to somebody's farm, I will use that boost, to help. At least, especially if it's a farm that I know of. I mean, basically, if it's a farm that I know of, especially if I know I'm gonna get me some good boost. Yeah, I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna boost myself and just get there really quick, hopefully. Well, thank you, Vince. I appreciate that. No, because like I said, there are some people out. I had a guy send me a message through my YouTube channel, and he was debating on whether to buy it or not. This game. And one of the things that I kind of picked up on was I don't know where he got the bad reviews from, but um, one of the things that they said was that they heard a lot of bad things, heard a lot of bad reviews or something like that, about Farm Together too. And I said, well, to very very honest with you, and it's not a bad review. It's kind of like I quit last year. Gosh, I didn't really quit because other people would probably say the same thing. I didn't really quit. I think what happened was last year when the game first came out, we did not have a lot of content. We did not have a lot of animals and crops and things like that. And I do know that the early on players, like the pioneers, um, they grinded themselves to 500. Let me tell you, and their farms probably too. But um, I'm trying to remember what month it was I came back last year. Because, I would come back like periodically, to check to see if they had anything new. And my original farm, like I said, was probably. Yeah, I totally agree. I think. I want to say that I came back when my farm was probably under level, I want to say, it was definitely under level 90. It was just, one of the low farms. And the thing that was funny about it was that actually the thing that was funny about it was I remember when I came back and I wasn't really keeping up to speed with what's going on with Farm Together and their forums, which I should have, would have, could have, but I did not. Um, so when I get back to my farm, last year, I I I realized, oh my goodness, we got a mine. Oh no, what am I gonna do with the mine? And then I did go to the forums to read. A lot of people didn't like it, but I like it now. And I think at that time when I came back, I had a rabbit. Let me see. I got a rabbit, and I think a llama. I think because I remember it was like I got two new animals or something like that. Because or maybe three. But then then of course, I started playing again. But then I was like looking at, and I think we got new crops. So you got to understand, like, and that person might have been probably reading the same reviews, like, oh, the game is slow, and yeah. Yeah, see, I mean, I guess it just depends, because I'm trying to think what other game. I mean, I was playing other games on my Xbox too, and this game was on PC, so obviously I had to switch over. Um, I think at the time I was playing probably Elder Scroll a lot. I was playing Elder Scrolls a lot at that time because I was like waiting, I was waiting to see the new stuff go on with the game, but there wasn't really a lot. But I have to say, in all honesty, that the devs were really great guys, and they still are. The devs were very helpful because I think, when the game first came out, they wanted to get all the bugs out and whatever else was going on with the game. I think that was like the whole idea. They just wanted to get the bugs out of the game and let people enjoy it. And they did listen to their fans. They did listen to the players. And they're and I had never seen any game with the devs being as attentive as these guys were, and they are. And I have to say that in all honesty, that they were very attentive to the players, and I appreciated that. I mean, I thought that was like the coolest thing because go play some of those other hardcore games, and you're gonna find out that these guys are no, you know, you'd be lucky. Yeah, I mean, see, and that's what I like about this game, and I like the devs because they listen to the people, and no matter how big or small the group are, they're really a great bunch of guys. Even though, yeah, you'll hear me complain like, "Oh man, come on, I want to know," but and I understand. Hopefully, some of you guys will understand. I hope like we all want something from Farm Together One. We all do, right? But you got to understand something. To keep your attention, um, they don't want you playing the same game as Farm Together One. They want to try to make Farm Together Two a much better experience for people. Exactly. That is the only way. That is the only way. I mean, and I think a lot of people get that confused. I think a lot of people get that confused. You have to work your farm in order for your farm to get leveled up. Um, and of course, yeah, when people visit you, that's another way too. But by you going to other people's farms, only you are going to level up, not your farm. So, yeah, that's how it works, Vince, unfortunately. But, yeah, I mean, it makes sense, though, too. Um, but at the same token, when you are on somebody else's farm, you're also helping their farm getting leveled up as well. Um, and they're getting some XP, and you're getting some XP. And if you're doing boost, for example, you're gonna double whatever it is. Like if I'm not using boost right now, I'm just gaining some boost. Um, but see, like now I'm 57 over 139. So for right now, um, yeah. And if you look, it's not a lot of XP. It really isn't. But for me, that's not the point. Okay, and and again, this goes to people that are starting out and that have lower level farms, and that they don't have the pink flowers or they're crazily trying to find them. Um, Sometimes it's like you might get lucky, sometimes not. But by you not working on your own farm, setting it up, and I will tell you right now, you'll probably recycle it a few times too. That's another thing. But you want to get your farm set up the way you like, the way you want, and honestly, forget about getting a second farm for right now. What you want to try to do is um, you want to raise the level of that farm, but you want to collect as much diamonds and ribbons as possible. Money is like the easiest thing to get in this game. The hardest things are going to be your diamonds and are going to be your ribbons. But if you have the shops, okay, if you have the shops, well, that's fine. Okay, all right, fine. But just so you know, it's kind of like if you, oh, give me that ticket. Goodness gracious. But if if you're, if you wanna, don't take and rush yourself to get to farm two. Um, I'm not sure which farm number this one is, but let's just say, for the sake of saying, let's just say if this was Blaze's first farm, this is a beautiful setup. It's going to be productive for them, and it's going to work out great. Okay, so now, and plus they have it fully open. But yeah, you absolutely. And I know some of you people out there say, well, no one visits my farm. You know something? Don't feel bad. My farm hardly gets visitors, so don't worry about it. I mean, because that is. Oh, you're okay. So yeah, see, so see, Blaze has got it set up like this is their first farm. I mean, excuse me, second farm. But see, when you set up your first farm, you want to set it up, something that's going to be productive. And that's what I did. I set my first farm up to finally be productive. But and that's the important thing because, you know, don't go crazy on your first farm you know, and I know that Vince, we talked about this. Um, Try to put down a fairly reasonable amount of animals and flowers and things like that. I mean, I could go back to my original farm that I first started playing with, and I will tell you right now, that farm is all crammed up. I mean, it's literally crammed up badly. No, they can't. Yeah, I want to see your first farm. Yeah. Uh oh. Take it away. Oh, you can't plow that one because that's a winter thing. Okay, these are carrots. Uh-oh. If you see a little spot there, it was an accident, kind of, when I... Oh, look, I don't even think I signed your, Genesis 3-4. Oh. Uh, 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 Heavy the hell. Okay. Let me... Oh, look at this. Oh my gosh. Now see, this is their first farm. Oh, look it down in the corner, right corner. Oh my gosh, that is adorable. And the left, okay. I gotta really look at this map. Huh? I love it. Now see, this is perfect. You know what I mean? So, and it looks quite like, okay, this is a productive farm. Everybody's doing their thing. And you got the workers doing different things. So, yeah. What is that? I'm curious. Wait a minute. Why? What is that? Wait a minute. Why? Okay, now you're going to have to explain this one to me. Is it the color of the ground? That's interesting. I don't see it, but that's kind of neat. You can auto plow anywhere you want, but that's really neat. I like it. Oh, look at this. No workers on the fish. Okay. Oh. Gotta get that fish quest. Some places, you can't plow it, or you can't, is because it's the way the person's got that sign set. Let's say in the case of the cucumber, for example, that is a winter crop. So where if it's a winter crop, you're not going to be able to harvest that at all. You won't be able to do anything. It's gonna sit there stuck on silliness until winter. And then in some cases, like I have my, I have certain crops that, like I can do, let's say grapes. Grapes are 4 seasons. So I used to set it up that, no matter what season it is, as long as the grapes were finished, it would do those grapes. See, that was always the beauty of that. Oh, look at that. Fishy fish. Do you have a lot of fish? Ooh, ooh, no, no, no. I don't want to touch those. Oh, that's not too bad. 67. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Hmm. Oh, look at this. The little wells with getting money. Nice. The tomatoes. How you doing for tomatoes? Oh, God. I ain't touching those tomatoes. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Oh, and there's, see, this is the latest item, the teak factories. Not bad. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know. Oh, no, it should be more than that. Okay. But I mean, this looks really nice. I like your setup. Very pretty. Um, but I like it. Wait, this side is pink. I think. Wait a minute. And there's all the horses in the pens. Really nice farm setup you got there. I like it. What's down here? What are your workers doing? What did you use to make that picture? Oh, you put the grapes in the place? Oh, no, I see it now. Never mind. I see what they are. Those are those little, I see what you did. You used those things. I forget what they're called. They're a decoration. They're called, glow sticks. Glow sticks. But I like it. Very, very nice. So now you can go back to your, Christmas decorating. I know that can be, quite whatever. But yeah, go back to your Christmas decorating. That, oh, yes, and there's all those Christmas trees. Oh, I see what you did. You did, I'm surprised you didn't, I prestige mine. I prestige mine. But I like that. I like how you set it up. It's very nice. And then, of course, I hit the gas pump. Where's those daisies? The daisies. Let's hit the daisies. Now, see again. It's. I mean, see, you still get. You still do get, some favor from the flowers. Of course, I'm not here to try to earn XP. And even if I was, I could probably still get XP. You know what I'm saying? I mean, no matter what you're doing or where you go, you will always earn XP and favor. Some are a little bit, slower than others, which is, to me, it's fine. Um, just to, so you can let you know that. But again, like I said, some people are are new to the game, or maybe they're struggling a little bit, and you think, how can you struggle? Let me tell you, they can. I mean, I've seen a few people quit this game because they just get really frustrated. Oops. They get frustrated because they don't really get visitors. No one, like no one comes to their farms, and they absolutely, are trying to make money. They're trying to get their their plots open to open a full land. And that's why I'm here. I'm here to help, and that's why we have teammates that will help you as well. Um, and again, even if you went on the game's Discord, there's so much information that people can give you some hints and some tips and things like that. Um, that's available, because um, and it's really great because that's how I got mine. I remember reading about those rabbits, and they're like a 45-minute California rabbits, I think they're called. Let me see. Yeah. Oh, wait. Sort by resource. Okay. So, for example, why do they? Oh, no. Sort by category. Thank you. Okay. So, to kind of show you, like, obviously, those are the Easter rabbits. And you don't have any Easter rabbits, but if you want some, let me know. These are your beginning rabbits, but then you got these here, the California rabbits. The beauty about the California rabbit, they're a little expensive, but, you know, yeah, and that's what it is. You go to a smaller farm and you help them out, and I've done that multiple times. If they need something, I'll always be the first one to say, "Hey, do you want any rabbits?" Because I know how much they need the diamonds. I know that. I would highly recommend giving them the rabbits as opposed to the trees, because the trees you don't get. Well, you do get them, but not as much as you do with the Easter rabbits. So I try to do what I can to kind of like give them a little boost at least to help them out, because I know you guys have to wait until Easter for the rabbits, and it's kind of a way far away. Um, Christmas that's coming up right now is they have those flowers. The what are they? They look like white. Oh, marbled poinsettias. Okay, don't be confused, because the thing about the marbled poinsettias is they do not give you that poinsettia type flower. They do not. They give you daisies. Well, yeah, and you're right, Dialects, because it's kind of like, depending on what you have on your farm, it's kind of like um making it, like you're saying, productive, is that for me, and like this is a really good beginning. Like if this was just their only farm, I think that this is very productive because they have their fish, they have their animals, they have their crops, they have their flock, they have everything, and so which means um, they can go to other farms. Let me just take a peek at something here. For example, they have, look at that. They have I should be ashamed of myself. I'm telling you. But see, when for example, I've been asked, well, how many do you think is a good number? This is a good number. And I know some of you probably have never played Farm Together 1, the first one. I know some of you have never played Farm Together 1, but I'll tell you something. These are actually good numbers for a starter to get your farm going. Because I know that I originally, with Farm Together 2, I remember going 9, 18. Then, yeah, I bumped it up to 36. And then I think I went to 72. Um, and the reason for that was, oh no, did I do? No, yeah, I did 72 because 70, 36, 36, I did 72. So, that's how I kind of came up with that number of doing 72, you know, and, you know, and it was enough for me to get through, you know. So don't worry about it having 80 cows. Don't worry about having 80 sheep, Those are good numbers to work with. Same thing with the fish. Now, see, the fish is different. They have 126, but don't worry about it. It's a workable thing to do that. Hi, Jess. How you doing today? Good to see you. Um, so, I mean, if you're just now like setting up your very first farm and you want to try to make it productive, that's definitely the route to go. Actually, in today, because see, when I converted my second farm into being all favor with lettuce, um, I kind of lost fish and flowers, but I'm not going to worry about it. Um, because one of the things I am going to show you today is I'm going to show you like basically, especially the fish, because people, if you start doing your fish farms and you start realizing you're going to go, oh my gosh, I don't have enough of this type fish, meaning the lower level type fish. These are all your lower level ones, which are these. And it goes all the way up to that. Okay? Just an FYI. And you're only going to get 9 of that type of fish. Okay? That's all you're getting is 9. And then you get 15 of these. And then when you move it down, it's going to be, you get 11. So in that sense, and you got to keep this in mind, when you're doing that, you got to realize that, oh, well, okay, see, it's kind of like you got to figure it out, because when you start doing your fish farms, which I can see it very clearly, okay, if you look at the inventory of the little fish, see that, this 1,754, if all you do, you recycled it why? Oh my gosh. Long day for you, Jess? Ooh. And my day's kind of just sort of started. But I will tell you something, and I think we did go over that. I want to show you a little something. If you find yourself, and it's not your fault, but let me see. I think, where's the fish? Where's the fish? See, the flower ones are pretty easy. But if you find yourself stuck with your fish, here's your problem. And it's literally not your fault, okay? But I'll show you something. In this case here, Blaze has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. 14 fish canning machines. I'm not touching them. I am not. Because the reason being behind that is because of the fish and the in what they have. Okay? So again, you know, it's like, and it took me a while to kind of figure it out, because I remember saying to Ace a long time ago, I says, I'm always running out of that fish, meaning the low level ones. And it used to really, I'm sitting there going, because obviously when you're trying to fill it up, you're going to be empty because you don't have that fish. Or let's say hypothetically the flowers. It was always the red flowers for me. It was never the daisies. It was always the red flowers. So I was always constantly finding myself trying to figure out, why am I doing this, So that's why. But I'm going to go to my farm. I'm going to hit my favorite one. Is it public? Yes, it is. If anybody needs any favor, you're more than welcome to come to my farm and get your favor. But I'll show you. Oh, wait, this is not it. Oh, yes. No, it's not. It was number 1. Let me go back, go to the town, because I know I've got to finish that off. Oh, and I got to pay my workers. I logged off my game, and then all of a sudden I'm seeing that I owe them almost 100. And I'm like, well, why is that? My farm was off, and, I could see if I was online and letting it do its thing, but I don't know. But, see, and when I get out of this, I'll go to my other map just to kind of give you an idea. But, don't don't try to rush this game just because you're seeing people at level 500 and level 700. Don't rush the game. Take your time. Figure out where you want to, where you feel comfortable, where your farm, your first farm, including your second one, is productive and it's the way you want it to be. Not the way somebody else wants it, it's the way you want it. And if you need some ideas, by all means, you know what? Pop around and go to different farms because that's what I did. I popped around to different farms. I did just to kind of like, well, how did they set up their farm? And some farms I like, some farms I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. But again, it goes to what you like doing with your farm, and it is what it is. I mean, it's simply that fact. Um, so I don't like saying oh, you should do it this way. I don't agree with that. No, no, no. Okay, so we got rid of fishy flowers, right? I'm gonna show you a little something else. Now you see, if you hit X details, if and when you do have the town hall, if you have it, great. If you go walk up to the town hall, and if you hit this X details, okay, you can rename it. Okay, so now I'm gonna rename it. I can't rename it Fishy Flowers, so I'm gonna rename it Lettuce. Let us be. Let us be. God. Okay, so there you go. Now, here's the thing. If you want to change this image, okay, you just click on the image. And you can do this for any farm you want. That sort of looks like lettuce, doesn't it? I just want to make sure I don't have one like that. And they have other ones too, just to give you a heads up, because you can scroll up and then you can scroll down. I think I might go with the scarecrow guy. Um, but again, by you changing, oh, that's a new one. Okay. Oh God, the eggs. Yeah. Okay. But to me, this is just like a reminder as to how you would like to see, just for yourself. Select image. You go, okay, I like this. This is going to remind me of it being a lettuce farm. So there we go. Order. You can change the order to be number one, depending on how many farms you got. So you go back and see it's number one because it's the lettuce farm. If I go here, this one's animal pens. So again, I'm going to hit, for me, it's details. I'm not changing the name. The image. Do I have anything with animals besides, well, I could do the ducks. Nope, I'm going to change it to that. Okay, order. I don't mind it being number two. This one here could be number 3. This is the one I'm going to work on today. Oh, I better change that one for sure. Okay, X details, rename the land, change the image to, I don't know. Oh, gosh, I think, all right, I'll put the ducks in there. That'll work for me. Order 4, I think that should be number 3. So, yeah, and because this one's done, this one is not. Oh. Actually, this one should be number 4. No. So I'm going to hit it again. That one should be number 4. Back. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. This one will be 4. And when I hit farm 5, and if, let's say, for example, what will I get? Will I get a wide open farm when you open farm 5, farm 2, farm 3? No, this is what you get. Watch. Sadly, this is exactly what you get. Look familiar? You remember when you first started playing this game? You remember that? Now, of course, all your monies and everything else carries over, but does it look familiar? So basically, this is what you get. It is. So no matter what farm you get, like if you're moving on to 2, 3, 4, 5, it doesn't matter. Okay? It is not going to be open. Absolutely not. And it's going to be a little while before I decide to get to here. Just to give you a heads up. Just so you all know. As you know, I don't want anybody to go. But, no, sorry. Not going to happen. Let us go to the, I love that. Let us go to the let us be farm. That is kind of a good question. And the way I think I want to answer that one is, okay, so just like you saw Blaze's farm, okay, they have a really nice looking, productive farm, all right? So here's what I did. And it doesn't mean you have to do it. It's just what I did. Because for the obvious reason, when you open your second farm, third, fourth, or fifth farm, it doesn't matter. You're always, until you're finally done, you're always going to need diamonds. And you're always going to need ribbons. Okay? So, what you want to kind of bear in mind is this. When you open your second farm, you're going to have to open up the plots and things like that gradually. So I think it just depends on, if you want to do flowers. And I mean, like a lot of them. And when I say a lot of them, I don't just mean like 100 or 200. You might want to do close to 400. Okay? But what I did was on my second farm, and I learned, this is what I did. Because at the time I had the honey, things like that. So what I want to show you is your daisies, your roses, and your poppies are going to be your main flowers for honey. That's what they are. So I kind of put I don't know, I think I did 200 of each flower. I think that's what I did. But then what I did was to help me boost up my ribbons. Because we had the trees, these things here. And the two trees I'm going to suggest that if you find something better that you think works better for you, then have at it. But the two trees that I find that were very helpful was the cassia and the Ceylon tree. And by the way, how I got that information was I remember reading in the chat for Discord chat on the Game Chat channel, Milkstone's channel. I remember basically, just kind of reading the tips, that people had. And one of the things, and it made sense to me, was, and as you can see, like these two trees right now, I have them they're being prestiged. But the beauty about this is that you will consistently have, this coming down, you'll be able to harvest these trees. When it comes to your crops, let me go down to resource. And I know some of them are going to not show because they'll probably not be within season. The second thing I did was I did the peppercorn. Okay? And I kind of had to look at it from this point of view. There is a peppercorn that is, let me look at it again. It's coriander. Okay. See, flat parsley is only one season, and if you kind of keep that, golden apples is good too. It's good. It's an all year round tree, absolutely. But here's the thing: if you're trying to save money, depending on how many you put down, that works. But what I did temporarily, because as you can see, I did the peppercorn, and you'd kind of, and it's like you don't have to be a rocket scientist to kind of look at this. It's just look at it like you go, okay, this one does 3 seasons, 12 hours. If you have it watered, it's 6 hours. If you have this one watered, it's 8 hours. So you got to kind of get a feel of what you want to do. Okay? So, what I kind of did was I know that I put some crops down. So that way, I would have those crops, the, I would have those available to me, the ribbons. Diamonds again, excuse me. Diamonds again will always be your animals, obviously. And I went with the sheep. I went with the sheep. So that's what I did. I went with the sheep. And the thing is, this is the farm that we did as far as the lettuce. So if somebody wanted to come here and get some free favor, they can. And it's really fast. It's not slow. And I think what will happen is come Christmas time, for example, um, what I'm simply going to do is at Christmas time is change the signs and make them for the Christmas event. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to change it all to Christmas. And then, then switch it back to being lettuce, you know. But at least this will be an open area for people to come during the event. I'm not going to have to worry about it when I have it all set up. So, I'm going to have it set. Set it. It's like set it and forget it and don't worry about it. And trust you me, you will get people to come to your farm. Oh my God, they will. But I'm going to forewarn you about something. Let me go down to the very end. I would definitely want to forewarn you about something that's, it's important for you guys. If you set your farm up, for example, to be, let's say this, okay? But let's say an event comes up, okay? Okay. Try to remember that, to go obviously and change all your farms and, and change all your farms and make sure it says replant on the bottom. Because if you don't put requires replant, that means they can plant whatever they want to put. Okay? So just to kind of give you a heads up that, that's what's most important. So like depending on whatever the event item's going to be, because honestly, again, I wasn't here Christmas, unfortunately, but at least you'll know that, okay, so all I have to do is run around and let me see, how many signs do I have? Oh, wrong place. Yeah, this helped, right? I mean, for me, I have to run around and change 32 signs. Wow. Okay. Um, the only other question I'm still out on the count for that is do I want to water the entire field? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play the wait and see game. I'll wait and see what happens. Yeah, you can make a weird comment. Go right ahead. Maybe not. Maybe. It's a free country, right? Speak what's on your mind. The radio host, Delilah. The name's kind of sort of familiar. Sort of. Okay, where are my things? Oh, I think I only cook food. Yeah, I only did food in here. Oh, and I usually do my little pig. Oh, my bad. You think I sound like... Oh, now I gotta listen. I have to find her. Let's see if she's on YouTube. No more ducks. Please, no more ducks. Do not give me any more ducks. I'll do my carrot cake. Yay me. I like doing carrot cake, people, because it only requires one of each crop. One of each crop. Well, thank you. So I just thought I'd let you know about that. I mean, I know some of you do your 5-minute cookies, but if you do your 5-minute cookies, look and see how much that takes to make a 5-minute cookie. And think about how much time you spend on your farm, you know, with your houses. Okay? So what is it? 1 egg, 1 eggplant, and 1 wheat, okay? And it's good for 10 minutes. I know it's 5 minutes for the cookies, but nope. So, okay, here we go. Carrot cake. Perfect example. Okay, now I'm gonna go over here and show you, and because and I'm not kidding you when I say this. You know, I cannot for the life of me, and I'm so jealous of this. My cookies, my cupcakes are very sad. I mean, they're just sad. So, anyways. And the only reason why, like, at one point I was, like, going crazy was the simple fact that with the chocolate chip cookies, it's 5 minutes. And it just drove me absolutely crazy because, you know, I'm like, I think I probably had 14 cookies or 14 cupcakes. Yeah, I mean, it's terrible. Well, I do too. I forget to do it myself, so don't feel bad. I mean, even if you know something, even if it's a 5-minute cookie, I forget. I mean, I'll look up. You know, you're not gonna see anything unless it's a quested item. The house turns purple, like the little get that little purple thing. So what I try to do is here, I do a carrot cake, and it's 2 steps. Okay. Um, the beauty that I like about this is it only takes one of each. That's it. Unlike your cookies, depending on the level of your farm, 10 wheat, 2 eggs, 3 of the. I mean, come on, jeebus, just give me the 3 things and I'm good to go. Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, I'm past the lazy stage, and as far as the salmon stew is concerned, honest to God, I've never made it. I've Ash 11, yeah, that's sad. So, see, I mean, I have, you know, I mean, and the thing is, I haven't met anybody that, and I did boost this one. I did prestige it, but it's taking forever, okay? And it's level 55. But yet my carrot cake, look at that, it's 96. And this one here is 2 minutes longer than your carrot cake. So you know what? I'm sticking to my carrot cakes. Yes, ma'am. I'm sticking to my carrot cake. You know, it's you know. But again, no bell is gonna go off and say, "Hey, it's ready." No bell's gonna go off. And these are our lovely little tea factories, you know, for a spot of tea and crumpets. Oh. I gotta put the stupid flowers in there. But this gives me juice. You know what? I mean, we'll never have a tea shop. Wouldn't that be lovely if we had a tea shop? Oh my gosh! I had someone join. They looked around. They went, "Oh no, I want some XP." Okay, Rosa. Sorry. Well, I kind of look at this game as being a game that, because you know, like, it's not like you're stressed out. It's not like you gotta kill a bunch of monsters or be killed by a bunch of monsters. It's not like you're playing a PvP game. So it's just a game to relax and chill out and have a good time. And I know it's tough meeting friends. I totally can relate and I understand that. or you might be stuck on something and you need help with, and and I try to do, yeah, yeah. I've done that too. Yeah, I mean, I have had like, well, since Larry's not around anymore, I've had other people say, "So why do you play that game? That game looks boring." You know what? You're right. It is for you, maybe, but not for me. So leave me alone. Ignore what people say, because you know what? If playing this game or any game makes you, not Joe Blow down the street, we're talking about you. If playing this game makes you happy, it makes you chill out or something, if it satisfies your appetite, then play it. Don't ignore what anybody says. You know, I mean, seriously. Um, I used to be a hardcore gamer long time ago, and I think, which was one of the games I used to play as a hardcore was Destiny, and then I moved on to Destiny 2. I was a hardcore gamer, and but you know what? If this makes sense. Oh, look at that! I need lemons. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Oh God, here I go. I don't think I want to touch this one. What's it gonna say I need? Let's look. Oh, that ain't. Ooh, lemons. Oh my gosh. See, this is what I'm saying. I hate the lemons. I hate the lemon machines. And look at that. I only have four. I don't have 8, 10, 12. I only have four. Okay? But I do have a lot of fish machines. I will admit that. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the thing was when I first played Destiny 1, it was, obviously fast paced and things like that. And my brother actually got me into the game. And I participated a couple of times in PvP, only to find that there was people cheating. So you know what? I said to my brother, I will never play PvP ever again. The thing that I did find out, that I figured out, which wasn't fair to you or me, that's just, we just want to play. Um, and they even did it in Destiny 2. I think the thing that was wrong with that was the fact that, well, hey, if you want that armor, then you have to do PvP. So you know what? I really honestly felt that was just extremely unfair to people that just want to play. So that's okay. And then on top of that, they would sunset some of the weapons and things like that. Meaning, when they did sunset some of the weapons, guess what? It's useless. I mean, if you have it in your inventory, it's good. But if it's gone, it's gone. Bye bye. Like if you decide, oh, I don't want it anymore, it's gone. So that, to me, is like, I I just was like stuck on stupid forever and a day. It was just like that. Oh, what is down here? Wow. Oh, oh, I can't remember why I did that. There are no mushrooms in here. Well, I'm gonna have to figure that one out. Why? But I am gonna do these, and you know what? Um, I'm gonna go to town, get me a little bit of yeah, I'm gonna get me a little bit of boost because you know what? I kind of like that idea of that's done. And plus, I need to get 4 to 5 million diamonds to open up the last. Oh, what vendor? The mushroom guy? Oh, depending if you have the mushroom guy. This guy right here. Do you have the mushroom? And hello, Gun. How you doing? He will buy your mushrooms. Oh, and please, 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 do not sell him these mushrooms. Don't do it. If and when in your minds, don't do it. Um, now listen. This might hurt a little bit. You know how like when the doctor says you know how when the well my old gamer tag was always Ladyicewolf. Yeah, you want to know something? Whenever I was well, I did play Gambit. No, God, I did. You want to know something? I sort of liked Gambit because it was fun. Oh my gosh, my bad. No, when I did play in Destiny 2, I was like a really sneaky snake. Yeah, but and I know I made some people upset because you know what? When I would get them, a couple of them, and I would run back, obviously leave and go back to my side. Uh, the first person they would look for, of course, is Ladyicewolf. They would find me. I maybe my name was too long. I don't know, but I knew there would be some vengeance and all of that. But I got to show you this here with your upgrades. See, my mushroom stand is level 105, right? My mushroom shop. Okay. This is just to give you a little taste. I am not going to upgrade it. So I'm going to step up. He is 105, right? So, and I'm fine with, 22,000, and I have overflowed it. I'm fine with 22,000 and 10,000. Well, it's good to have you back, Jess, and hope to see you again. Thank you so much. Um, but again, with the blue mushrooms, don't sell them. But I'm gonna show you something. You seeing that upgrade? 26 million. I mean, I could probably do it because it's just gold. I have 2 billion, but I'm just saying this is what you should be prepared for. And other shops are even more, and I'll show you that under the quest, just to kind of give you a little heads up. Um, and you'll see. If you want to see what buildings that you need to level up, just go to your quest log like that. And then when you click on it, you're going to go down here where it says errands. Ticket traded, ignore because I'm not going to level that up. Your Smitty. Your Smitty guy is the one that takes your horseshoes and medals and things like that. So, yeah. Yeah. And by the way, this to me is a very slow thing. I mean, 6,930 diamonds, but right now I have to save mine because I want to open my other farm. Mushroom stands, you did see 26 million. And look at that. And look at that. Bakery, 76 million. And that's to make it go from 132 to 133. Cap on them is 200. Oh, I don't even want to go there with the fruit stand. I haven't begun to start that one because it's been like, like when that doctor says, oh, it's just going to be a little pinch. Yeah, thank you very much. 120 million. Give me a break. Here is my grocery store. Okay. 257 mil. Okay. My fish stand. I'm good with that for right now. When I say I'm good with that, I never made that a priority. Okay. Restaurant, I did, but for right now, I'm gonna wait. But if you're just starting out or whatever, basically try to make your restaurant, and I think she's already capped. Try to make your restaurant and your arts and craft shop like second priorities to your garage and your inventory. The reason why I say try to make these your secondary is for the simple fact that your restaurant, when you are growing crops that give you spice, your trees that give you spice, that is why. Okay? So it would behoove you, and don't rush, just take your time with it. Because obviously it's going to take some diamonds. And your vegetable shop, I'm beside myself. Yes, the garage is just 100. and it's at your discretion. Because I know one of my friends, he did the ticket shop to 100. So I mean, if the ticket shop is your fancy, the ticket trader, I should say, it just takes ribbons. So like if you're somebody that can make a lot of ribbons, have at it. I forget exactly how many ribbons he said, but you got that. And then the art gallery. I mean, look at that. It is low level, but the reason why it's low level is because you're gonna find that you're not using it a lot. You're really not. So that would be kind of like the least of your worries. Candy shop, the same thing. Candy shop is gonna be the one for your honey and for your jam. So don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I've raised it up a little bit slightly, but again, it's gonna cost you a little bit of gold, but it's it. Um, Now because I don't, I mean, because I already leveled up I already capped out my garage, which like yeah, it is. It's 100. And this is what you get when you do. Where's my little garage guy? He's a great guy. See, when I walk up to him, it says 100 max, but this is what you get. So, like, for example, when you come to my farm, you're going to be able to go a long way before you run out of gas. Okay? And obviously, the max speed is going to be 125%. Restock is 694%. But, at 100, you're doing good. I don't think they're going to make it go any faster. Honestly, I don't think so. And here, I will show you the ticket trader. He's right here. Okay? And this is why if you want to capture your tickets, if this is something you want to do in the future to save them, it's like I could care less if the tickets drop or not on my farm. I don't really care. So, like, if you're on my farm and you see a ticket, it's just at your discretion. Pick it up. I don't care. I'm not going to go bonkers. But see, I guess apparently the more you upgrade it, it's supposedly going to get the spawn rate a little better, or ticket rewards a little better. So I haven't really done very much with that. I honestly haven't, and I don't intend on doing that. I know that Ace said, because I asked him, I said, so you noticed any improvement? I think it was like because he fully upgraded it the very very first day, and he said, well, he said it kind of looked the same, but then I found out that basically it was like he thought there might have been a slight improvement. I don't, there might have been a slight improvement, time wise and stuff, because you know, I don't think it's not like, let's say, for example, if you harvest 1,000 crops, is that what's gonna spawn you a ticket? It's not. I think it's maybe based on some type of time frame. Maybe in between 5 and 10 minutes, it'll spawn something. Okay, this is a really great little shop, the carpenter shop, but it's not necessary and needed in the game. So if you look at it, this is what your what is it called again? I can never get his name right. The carpenter shop. Because if you sit there, you go, "Oh, I want to get the carpenter shop." This is all he does. You know how you've got all these little things hanging around, right? The trees, these here, okay. So for right now, I have the pumpkin guy in there, okay. And here's another thing too, which I didn't do, but see, here's the benches. I love this bench, but no, you will not get this on your farm because they didn't give it to us, and I'm kind of a little, you know. Here's all your bus stops that you can change. Okay. And then again, I mean, if you want to change your vehicles around, you can. They have different variants of them. Like pickup truck blue, green. Okay, I want to go back to the blue. Let me just show you something about blue. when you look at that blue pickup truck, it honestly looks like it's kind of greenish compared to the blue that you see on the screen. And I'm sure that the devs will fix it because it needs to be adjusted to look blue as opposed to green. But green definitely looks like green. Pink is, I don't know. Purple is definitely purple. No gray area about that. And red is red, I guess. And yellow is, I don't want to talk about it. And now, this is another thing. Where you, if you look at it, it'll say override during events. Okay, what that basically means is, it says when enabled, decorations from the active event will be used instead of the one selected here. So for Christmas, I'm not like again. I don't know what my town's gonna look like, but you know, and show events banner. Yeah, of course, because you'll know it's like the Halloween or Christmas or something to that effect. You'll see that. And what I mean by events banner, I don't think it's here. I don't think I have one up. It may not. But in some cases, you can walk up to the item, like see here, because like that carpenter's thing. That's why I put them way back there. You can walk up to it and change it to whatever you want. You can change it to these things, but just bear in mind that you're going to pay the diamonds to do that, to change it. And I know I changed all my pumpkins. So, like, if I want to change it to balloons, I can change it. And that's for Valentine's Day. That's the Easter basket. And then these are your, flowers. So, you do have these options. Oops. Nope, it's not going to let me change it because... No? Oh, well, let me change. Let me see. Yep. Now, if I want, like, let's say, for example, I wanted to be a summery looking thing, something for summer, I can do that. Or trees, you can always do that too. It's just a matter of walking up, and if you want to spend that money, you go right ahead. I have to hit Y. Okay, Y. Okay. So in order for me to change this, I have to hit Y on my controller. And there is a variant of different colors. Just keep your eye out when you're doing this, because it might cost you more than what the actual thing is, because sometimes the value, the price will change, just to give you a heads up. So, but see, this is the person I was saying about the arts and crafts, and I did cap them out. The arts and crafts is 200, but see, I'm constantly getting diamonds from them. So I'm happy with that. And I will get more diamonds because I need them. Okay. So, I don't think anyone's on my farm. Oh, Dr. Roby's there. Okay. I was like, okay. Oops. Now what's the scoop with this guy? Oh, yeah. But see, so I'm kind of picky and choosy as to, how I want to set, um, my shop, which shops I want to pick first. But like I said, I would highly, highly recommend, besides doing your garage and besides doing your inventory, do your restaurant, because here's what you get. Okay? You get your spice. And if you're planting spice or trees with spice, this is where you turn it in for your ribbons. No, you can stay for as long as you want. You know that. You never have to ask. Okay, here's my flowers. Ew, blue. Blue flowers, yeah. Well, not too many, because I got those other tea things going on. I totally forgot about that. At my flower shop, again, it's capped at 200. All of the cap is 200. Your farm, again, is 750. The player is 750. But when you're leveling up your animals, it's 500. Yeah. Yeah. See, so have a look around. I mean, seriously, have a look around and see what these shops offer you. Because, like your diamonds are always going to be, from flowers. Oh, let me see. And this guy here, let me show you. You also can get ribbons from this guy. I mean, yeah, you get your standard throwaway, get rid of the eggs quickly because you get diamonds. That's always a given. But if you need ribbons again, you got he will give you ribbons for your cheese. And I make sure I don't run out completely, but I make sure I have just enough, in case who knows what I need it for. Tomatoes, I don't like to mess around with too much, especially right now. I don't like doing that. She's another one here. This is your bakery. And as you can see, I don't have that many grapes. But um, berries, kind of be careful depending on how many, like how many rabbits you have on your farm that eat the berries, because that's it. The berries go for rabbits, and the cows eat lettuce. Those are the only two animals that will eat that one type of food. Um, so there's that. Um, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, and of course, this is your worker thingy. But oh, I want to make a suggestion to those that are recently opening plots, if you can get away with it. This is what I'm going to say to you. Um, Let me just show you something up here for a moment. This is your landscaping agency. When you get your landscaping agency, right? You get that one that says flatten farm and change terrain, for example. Okay, change terrain is easy peasy. If you know what you if you wanna, you can make it all green. Make it all green. Okay, that's easy peasy. Um, and now here's the thing about flattened farms. Let me tell you something. I really wait basically to open up a few plots before I flatten it. I just think, like, if you open one plot, you're going to pay 2,500 diamonds, right? But if you can wait a few minutes or however long, but if you can wait to open up, let's say, more plots, if you can wait, but if you can wait to open up more plots, right, then wait. Then go over, let's say you have 3 plots that are open and you definitely need them flattened, okay? You can go over there and it will flatten out those 3 plots that you just opened or that you opened up finally. I mean, and that's what I do. Um, because, you know, for the obvious reason, if you've already got stuff laid down that you know where you want it to be, but then you go, oh, I can open up another plot, then do that. Um, Let me go to my farm here, and I'm going to show you something. This is the reason why sometimes I will not flatten land. But it's at your discretion. You can do it yourself. You know, these are the things right here. Well, the exception to that, you can. Okay, but I'm going to tell you something. You're spending 5 diamonds, 10 and 10. Motion detected at the front door. The slight drawback about flattening it on your own, unless it's a small little area, then do a small little area. But if you've got a big chunk of land that's sticking out from the ground, and I've done it by, I'm like, I'd sit there and going, oh my God, thank you so much, Gun, for follow. We appreciate that. But very honestly, sometimes I've reached quite a bit because I manually did it. But the beauty of this is if you manually raise or lower, you know, that land on your own. I mean, you don't necessarily have to do the whole thing until you're, like, let's say you want to lower a section of land to make your crops fit or your animals fit, anything, then by all means do that. But you don't have to raise or lower it on your own. You can basically raise or lower it, when you have a lot more diamonds. Because that's what I've done. I've done that. So just to kind of give you a heads up. Um, Obi, if you are, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you want to, do your, if are you doing it for favor or XP? Because I want to make sure you get, what you need. Which one do you need? Yeah. See, I made this in because Aces has been very successful at it. Oh, okay, cool. Ace has been very successful at it, and other people too. So this farm is your main favorite farm, and you might say to yourself, "Favorite farm? What the hell do you mean by that?" This is what I mean. Um, I can't get favor right now, but see, and because you're sitting there going, "But you got low level lettuce." Yes, I do. The reason why it's that the lettuce that I did this with the lettuce is because it gives you very fast favor. So if you're somebody that needs favor in a pinch, there you go. See, look at Dr. Obi's already finished with one row, right? So the first row is already starting to get done. See that? Pretty cool. And believe you me, and they're not watered, so it's a few extra minutes. You know what I'm saying? It's just a few extra minutes on your thing. Um, but on my normal farm, oh, and by the way, you can earn diamonds by doing this too, just to give you a heads up. Um, See now, I could probably trade it in. Like my cow, only your cows are going to eat that lettuce, you know? So, but, I'm very appreciative if someone comes in, they want to scoop up some favor, they want to do the lettuce. I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that, you know? And appreciative, of course. So, I mean, these are some of the little things that you can do. Oh, and I forgot to get favor for that mine. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can do that. By all means. I'm not going anywhere, Dr. Obi. And there'll be plenty of favor here, as you can see. Hey, the beauty of this farm is there are no workers there. Okay, so I'm going to go over here, get me a tad bit of boost. Ooh, that's too much. No, go get your favor at your farm and get some ribbons. You go. I think. All right, you know what? I know it's going to be less than, but it's okay. I can get favor again. I'm not going to worry about it. I just want to get these minerals done. It's all good. It's all good, Dr. Obi. Now, see, the reason why I went got favor for myself here is because here's your mine. But, on the thing is, I'm also earning double the diamonds from here, just so you know. And I don't know why I didn't, but that's okay. I probably won't plant any mushrooms right now at this moment. I just want to do the mine and get these done. Because on one of my farms, I just made my farm, that one farm with the mine on it, all blue mushrooms. I'm not going to mess around. Because I kind of spaced them out a little bit, so. But see, I'm getting pretty decent, 100. Some give you more, some give you less. It just depends on which type of mineral you choose. Oh, and be aware. I'll show you this when I finish. Be aware. Oops, why didn't I go that way? I'm going to show you something about the minerals. These mounds, those are for the mushrooms, but I'm going to show you something about these minerals. You're going to walk up to it. Oh, you say, oh, that's an opal. Oh, no, it's not. When you walk up to it, what is it? It says iron. So, yeah, just be aware. It's not what you think it is. They're kind of random, but it just depends. You know what I mean? Because like whatever is there with the opals, it's gonna be kind of random. Just to give you a heads up on that. Um, and how you change that, I will be more than happy to show you how you change that. Um, and if some of you don't know, I will tell you if you have your mind and you just recently opened it, if those white mushrooms are not level 20, don't fill the whole place up with white mushrooms because, well, depends on how many you got. But you only have 4 spots per room, per area for mushrooms, okay? The reason why I say, plant your mushrooms in their level, the white mushrooms specifically, it's because it's going to say, oh yeah, if you do this many, it'll open up the next mushroom, which is true. So level 20 is the thing that you want to do with your first mushroom, which is obviously going to be your white mushrooms. It's just kind of frustrating because when I walk up to some of these things, I'm like, well, that looks like, but it's not. Because, see, if you look at it, it says opal, which that's what I'll get. If you look at it, it's iron. See? Malachite and iron. Oh, no, calcite, I'm shocked. There's going to be a lot of iron, which is ridiculous. I mean, I think it, but it defaults to iron. That's what happens. Because if you're sitting there going, oh, well, I need, 12 of those, you need to kind of reset it. It's because, it's the way you have your mind set up. Because, see, this is the color of opal, but it's not what it's not it may not be what you think it is. See, they're showing rubies instead of opals. Okay. And I think, no. And if you forgot one or two, which I have done in the past, that's why I like them. I am so happy that they put a map in here because it's really helpful, especially if what you forgot is like on the other side. So, and again, you have to open these mines up with ribbons. And I honestly don't remember the amount of ribbons that I use, but I think I'm done. Okay, so when you finally fully open up your mines, you get 9. These green blotches are going to be your mushrooms, which there are no mushrooms in. But then you have 10 of these, which is your minerals. Okay, so now I'm going to go to one of these rooms. Okay, yeah. I kind of like to think this is like almost like the main room, only because it's got this elevator, because none of the other rooms have that. But I'm going to show you a little something. See, these are all the ones that you can put down, and I have them all fully open. Like, be aware that it says mining cost, rarity 1. Yeah, well, you see how many iron I got from just now. So, see, you're going to just kind of pay attention a little bit to the rarity, like how many you may or may not get. If it's a low number like 3, well, you'll probably get 3. But no more than that. And see, sandstone 2. This one's 9 for the opal, 8 for obsidian, 10, 6 on jasper, and 3 on calcite. So what I might do is I'm going to make this mine calcite. Okay? Let's go to this one here. I did calcite, right? So we'll do this one jade. Oh, by the way, look at this. When you see how the jade is green, like pink is immersed, and then you got rubies. So, you could walk into any one of those rooms and you go, oh, wow, there's a whole bunch of sandstone. Nope, there isn't. Because you're more apt to finding iron or something strange. I don't know. But that's what I have found myself finding is like, no, it's not what it says it is. But and so don't get frustrated because if you walk into them, if you start setting up your mind, and you think, okay, I'm gonna have 9 of those, and no, it doesn't work that way. You're more apt to finding iron, and like I said, it's just random. And one other thing, I'll show you with the mushrooms. Um, with the mushrooms, I'll show you something here. This is the one I was talking to you about white mushrooms, because you will get a bunch of them from the pigs. I mean, you will get mushrooms and they're white, but these are all the ones that you will eventually get. Okay, I didn't prestige that. Why not? Well, I'm gonna prestige that one. Okay, so and here's your real important ones. Is the ones that are blue. But the thing about these is here, if you pay attention to like the white mushrooms, for example, you can get 12 harvests or 12 pulls, and it says yield. Each one of these mushrooms are different. It's even with time-wise, they're different. If you use boost, you'll get an extra mushroom out of the deal. So just to kind of give you a heads up, but I've been slacking in the mushroom department. Okay, so now I'm going to go out of this for a moment, and I'm going to go back to town. And I'm going to go over here to my prestige. I'm going to check it out to see how much it's going to cost me for the mushrooms, because, I'm really leery about it right now. Okay, so I'm going to prestige my red pine, okay, because I've been using that a lot. And it produces me 2 mushrooms. So now the reason why you're probably saying prestige, what do you mean? What I mean is you could prestige anything your little heart desires up to 10. When you prestige it the first time, this is what happens. You're going to have to normally level it up as if it was just starting out new. But for each time it hits 100, you got to go back, prestige it again and again until it hits, let's say, level 5. Hey, you two, Gun Violence, you take it easy. And thank you so much for the follow and being here. We hope to see you soon again. Thank you so much. But just to kind of give you a heads up, check things out, how they level up before you decide you're going to prestige something. Seriously. I'm going to do it to these because I was kind of thinking about it, and I've made up my mind. Ooh, 428. I did it. Okay, so now my mushrooms are going to start out for level 1. That's what's going to happen. So every time I harvest it, now they're at level 1. And also, I think, okay. And also the other thing that I'm thinking about doing is one tree. I'm not doing those. I was going to do them, but I changed my mind. Now see, I'm waiting for, I'm waiting for these 2 to be finished at 5, and once they hit 5, that's it, I'm done. I don't feel like prestiging them up to 10. I really don't. I'd be happy just to get my 3, and then once I get my 3, then I'll work it up. What was that other? Here it is here. I've been thinking about the pine tree, and yes, it is a little pricey. 1,750,000 with 700 dimes and 28. But you know what? It's a reasonably nice tree because it does level up rather quickly, so I'm going to pick that one. Some of the other ones I'm just, I did these. The lime tree, I did not. Well, I started to until I realized I'm sitting there going, so when's it going to level up? So I decided not to do that. And the same thing I did with the wonderful pomegranate and the purple heart. They're very slow. And, that's that. There is some and I have to say, like there's the golden apple tree. If you want to make that if you want to prestige it, remember up to level 5, it levels up pretty quick. I chose the apples just because, they were cheap, and I like to try to save as much as I can to do other things that, I kind of find, for me. So again, it's kind of like it's your farm, it's your preference, it's your choice. Do what you think is. But the only thing that I, will help you do is, when I'm on my regular farm, is I'm going to show you, like, the difference with leveling up things in your farm. That's all I can do is just say, well, you got this, and you know what I'm saying. And I think it's helpful to you guys because, it's at your discretion how you yourself personally want to go that route. Do I want a blue bench? Yeah, I'll pick a blue bench after all. It's near the bus stop. I'm shocked that we can't sit on that bench. So I have to build a bench to sit on a bench. Go figure that. Where's Dr. Obi? Oh, yay. Dr. Obi's loving those gas pumps. Don't let him kid you. But, I think, like I said, I think it's really good that we can have, like, just like I said, take your time with your farm. Um, and again, like I said, if you ever need any help, we're here to help you. We do have our Discord channel. You can always look back at my videos because, I usually put them up on YouTube. So, And I hope all my lurkers are doing well today. Oh, and Blaze, I forgot to ask. They're probably doing their Christmas decorating now. How is your child today? Are they feeling better? I hope your child is doing well. I forgot to ask. But I do want to take this time because I usually do at some point. Oh, he went to school today. Nice. See? Yay. That's nice. I really hate it when kids get sick. I think the worst thing that my son ever did when he was really little, I think he was, I don't know, I think, 6 or 7. I think he was like 6 or 7. And poor baby, he came out of his room, and it just came right out of his body. I was like, I wasn't mad or anything. I mean, how can you be mad at your child for? It just literally just came out. I mean, I felt so bad because, like, when he was coming out of his room, he's like, "Mommy, Oh, I've had that happen. But I think because when he came out of his room and he's like, "Mommy," how little kids, "Mommy," and then all of a sudden it just right out. I was like, "Oh my gosh," And of course, I just picked him up and took him into the bathroom to, if he had to do more, there you go. But I felt so bad. It was like I think it was like one of the first times I ever seen him get sick. But I felt so bad. Poor thing. The adventures of children, I'll tell you. Oh, yeah, I know. When they do it in your car, that's a totally different. Oh, I know what you're saying. I've had that happen. I've had that happen with a dog, too. Taking my dog to the veterinarian. What do you think the dog did in the back seat? Oh, yeah. Talk about, this is my family car. Yeah. Oh, no, I'm good with Favor because literally, I'm gonna go to my other farm because I know I did the eggplant and I know I did the creepy pumpkins. I'm pretty sure. See, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna harvest all those things to complete those quests. And then I'm gonna go to farm 4 and put my fish farm down and flowers down. And hopefully, I mean, because I want to open those plots, I really do. But I'm good for favor right now. I'm very good for that. That is so funny, Dr. Obi. You're back on farm. You're back on #1 row. That is hilarious. So we need a lot of people. Come on, people, get your favor. Come on, come on, come on. Good Lord. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to check and see, maybe later on tonight or something. I'm just going to leave this on and see what happens, see what I get, see how many visitors I get. You know? I hope I get a lot. Well, that would be nice, right? You know, because generally I leave it on, like what, my animals or my crops. You know, so at least I have the crops, yeah, with the crops and the animals. See, I can't say flowers and fish anymore because this was the flowers and fish. And then, let me see. I don't think they might be ready. I don't know. One of the things that I might end up doing is because I really, really want them is I want to change out the white, the polar bear ones, and put in the gold ones right next to the pink ones for now. Because that farm is a half and half. It's half pink and half raspberries. Oh, you need those for all your bunny rabbits. You definitely need them for bunny rabbits. And if somebody puts bunny rabbits on your farm, you definitely gonna need them. Yeah, the only two. Let me see. Let me see. No, I can't. Why I can't look at the menu like that? So silly. Bud stop. Okay. Like obviously your chickens will eat the wheat, and by the way, donkeys eat wheat. Chickens, ducks, and donkeys eat wheat. Cows will all. The only thing they eat, is your lettuce. Okay. Pigs are the eats anything that's eggplant. Yeah, these guys here, the sheep, are the ones that will eat the garlic. And again, here's your ducks. They eat wheat. And these guys here are eggplant. But see, these are the bunny rabbits. All your bunny rabbits, I don't think they. Nope, they're eggplant style. So all your bunnies eat berries. Absolutely. Ooh. And the scariest ones that will eat all your apples are horses. And when I say they will eat all your apples, they will. Okay, so what did you go? Are you coming back? Oh, because I'm going to go to my other farm. What do you think? I mean, if you need more favor, let me know. I mean, well, you can get it from the other farm, too. Okay. That is lovely that I don't have to walk up to this worker. Look at that. I don't have to pay them a dime. Okay, so I'm going to go over here and go to... I'm curious. I really am curious. because I need lemons too. That's another thing. Oh, good lord. It's probably off season, and it's gonna say favor. Yeah, favor. Oh, cool. Okay, so the only ones that are ready are the white ones, and you know what? It's not a big deal. I need to get. Oh my God, there's no lemons. Okay, so berries down here. Go up here. Oh yeah. That's all good, huh? Yeah, but you'll always need your berries for your rabbits. So as you can see, I mean, eggplant is a very common thing for most of your animals. So, but the only two type of crops that you'll ever need, for example, on your bunny rabbits will always be your berries, and your lettuce will always be your cows. Now, the thing that I'll show you, I mean, you can go ahead and plant a whole bunch of lettuce, if you want. But one of the things that I do is, if you can afford to have a worker, if not, don't worry about it. But one of the things that I did go ahead and do was, way back when I first started playing, was I put down lettuce trees. Excuse me, bamboo. I'm sorry. Bamboo gives you lettuce, and I put down the bamboo trees, and I don't even think, you know what? I didn't put down that many at the time because at the time I didn't have all 6 types of cows. But even when I had the different cows and stuff like that, I had enough down to cover paying, feeding them that. I didn't really have to use I didn't have to plant lettuce. I really didn't. Unless I, for some reason ran out. Lettuce takes you 5 minutes, so there's that. But I do know eventually that lettuce is going to fill up and, go that route. These, by the way, in case you haven't seen them or if you missed them, the ones that I'm doing right now that are giving me diamonds that I'm leveling up to 5, prestige 5, is these are your fruit bat trees. And these came from the Halloween event. But again, if you just, if you want to lay some down just because, you want them, they're cool or whatever, we can help you with that too. But again, you're probably better off having somebody, and I know they're a little costly, but you might be better off getting the rabbits. The rabbits will cost you 18 diamonds per bunny. And for me, I would recommend, for people that are just starting out, if someone could put maybe, let's say, 300 bunny rabbits down, you will get your diamonds back quickly. Even if you went 400, you will get the bunnies, your diamonds back. Just to kind of give you a heads up, because that's what they cost. They cost you 18 diamonds, okay? But you still get diamonds. They're every 2 hours. Rabbits are every 2 hours. Yeah, every 2 hours. Ooh, and I got one lemon tree. Ooh. Oh, is it this one? Yeah. Tangerine. See, I'm kind of working on these ones too. Motion detected at the front door. But yeah, definitely. I mean, you figure like this. I mean, if you're working on your farm and doing other things, then yeah. Okay, I'll take that ticket. I don't want to, but I took it. She gave me more than just a ticket, though. But I want to go to my main farm to... And see, this is what I'm saying. Whereas I have my animals on one side and I have crops on the other side, in a sense, I kind of think that when I like the way I've done it, they kind of complement each other, you know. And again, it's totally how you want to set your farm up because, I mean, we went to Blaze's farm and they have a really lovely, lovely setup. I like that. Um, and Dr. Roby has a nice setup too. So I mean, it just varies, you know. Like if you're coming in from playing farm together and you're not sure how you want to set it up, do yourself a favor, set it up like you did with farm together, and you'll see, you'll see where you need to work on some things. Um, but today, one of the biggest things because I know that eventually I will be running out of fish. So I better get my fish farm up quick. Yeah, I better do that because I'm going to be doomed if I don't. My pears. Okay, so I got all my spices. But see, this farm here I don't really leave open too often because it's the poinsettias. And I know like Dialects and a few other people, you get 1,850 per, flower for the poinsettias, the pink ones. 1,840 for the gold ones. And then obviously you get a little bit under. But by the way, if you're doing those poinsettias, yes, I strongly suggest to boost because that's how you double your XP. Okay? Don't worry about doubling up the flowers or anything like that. It's just meant for you to have, you know, your flowers. It's meant to have you, get your XP up. But yeah. And, I can't stress this enough. You know, I'm here to help people. I'm not here to say, oh, I get a level 500 and something farm or a level 700 and something farm. I'm not here to do that, people. I am not. And you will never see me doing that. Just because when you guys are playing, you need to have somebody help you along the way. I will help you along the way. And we have a good team, too, that will help you along the way. Ooh, Point says, no, 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 control yourself. Yeah. But those are the white ones. Those are the white polar ones. You don't want those crappy things. Well, they aren't crappy. I shouldn't say that. I think they give you, with boost, I think they give you like 700 with boost, the white ones. Or maybe 8. I'm not sure, but I know it's definitely under 1,000. You get definitely under 1,000 for those with boost. You don't get anything over that. But the gold ones and the pink ones, you do. You get over 1,000. One, like I said, 1,850, and then 1,840. And you know what? So what if there's a 10? I look at it from this point of view. It's a 10-point XP value between those two flowers. Okay? And yes, the difference between the two is when they're ready to be harvested. One takes 2 days and 6 hours. Let me see. One takes, like, your pink ones, they take 2 days and 6 hours. And, you get 1,850 gold. I believe it is. No, you get 18 something gold. But anyway, you get 1,850. It's double the XP, so you get 1,850, okay? Now they're level 71. These guys here are level 44. And what I did do was I prestiged the Gold Rush. And, oh, I know why, okay. The Gold Rush. And I don't have a lot of Gold Rush in there. No, I do not. But, again, it shows here 920. When you use your boost, you get 1,840. Okay, so the drawback is 2 days and 12 hours. Okay, I don't have a problem with that. I have patience to wait. The polar bear, No, that can't be right. Well, maybe it is, because I haven't paid much attention to what you get. But the polar bears, you do get pretty decent XP with that when you have your boost on. But then on polar bears, 1 day, 18 hours. Okay. And then you got your royal blue, which is 2 days. And you got the astro reds, which is again 1 day and 12 hours. And you know something? I just like I would sit there and go, the royal blue ready, the royal blue ready. No. But it is what it is, people. But I'm going to go and finish this off, pay my guys, because I know they're going to want their money, or ribbons, or whatever you want to call them. But, do I need to? No, I don't. No, I don't. Okay. I'm going to go to my animal pens. That's what I call it, because it's animals and crops. And I have a lot of crops that I can't even believe it, asking for 800 and something eggplant. Lucky for me, the eggplant it's a 24-hour dealio. Now, I'm not going to touch these right now, my factories. Oh, all with the exception of... Are these full? Ooh. Well, okay. It says 2 hours and 34 minutes, so did it break it down to 2 hours and 34 minutes? I guess it looked like it. Okay, where to begin? Oh, yeah. You know what? I'm trying to figure this out, why I have that little spot with peanuts over there. I'm like, why? Okay. But I'm going to finish these off because I know that all of these quested items are done. And I'm not going to, I'm not going to do these with boosts. I'm just going to, get these harvested and get them all out of the way. But, like, you see, these are all my, oh, I should have done that, but that's okay. These are all my animals, okay? And, it's great to have all those animals there because, like I said, productivity is good. So it gives me what I need, as far as maybe money and diamonds and things like that, That's what I kind of like about it because, like, I know that you're trying to make a farm that's going to make you, make you money and diamonds and ribbons. Well, this is how it's done at whatever scale of a map or a farm that you have, okay? Just kind of bear that in mind. If your farm isn't fully open, it will eventually. But if you kind of follow that rule of, just leveling up slowly a few of your shops, and just especially doing your garage and especially doing your warehouse, kind of work on those, and then kind of work on the ones that are your arts and crafts and work on your restaurant. Those are the only two really that, I mean, you don't really have to worry about the rest of them. I mean, I didn't. I started doing the arts and crafts only because, hey, we got sheep, we got rabbits, we got this. And I remember way back when there was like 300 rabbits that, was placed in a spot, and I would just go over there and harvest them, and it's generating me wool, okay? And I think it was those black and white rabbits is what I did in the beginning. I think it was. Let me just double check. I think it was. Because they're... Yep, it was. It was black and white. The Dutch rabbits, look at that. They're 45 minutes, okay? Some are an hour. Like these guys, if you haven't gotten them, the California rabbits, they're 45 minutes. The thing that you're looking for is you want them, you want to have that wool ready and generated as soon as possible. So, yeah, I picked the black and white because the Dutch rabbits are 45 minutes. If we could only water them. Just kidding. And honestly, I think on Farm Together One, some people try to see if, for example, if they put sprinklers near their animals, would it make them, I don't know. It never did. But I did see that on occasions. I'm like, so why does that person have sprinklers near their animals? Okay. Didn't do anything. They did the same thing. I've seen people do it with trees. I don't know if it's because they didn't want to take their sprinklers out or not, but I mean, I love these sprinklers because it covers a block of 9, unlike the other sprinklers from Run Together One. I love the way I love how they work. Oh, there's my bunnies. They're ready again. So they're every 2 hours. See? I can't believe 870. They're going to slap me with something even worse. Because I think I did get one that was like 900 and something or 1,000 something. And I'm like, are they serious? They want that many of those things? And I had to wait, of course. Here's my creepy pumpkins coming up. Nope, nope, nope. Red spinach. Oh, thank God for little favors. And the red spinach, by the way, see now, I normally wouldn't have to put them down here. They would probably be on my other farm. And the reason is that I did set up a farm specifically for long-term crops. And when I say long-term crops, I'm talking 2 days, a day and a half. Yeah, you're going to find and I'm sure that you already have, like the baby boos, I mean, so, and you get some, I guess, so XP, things like that. But, oh yeah, I was laying them down like crazy. But I love these creepy pumpkins. They don't give you a lot of XP. And it's, I was just for giggles and laughs. I was going to prestige them because I like them. And that's the only reason why I would prestige them is because I like them. Don't prestige them because, don't do it. It's not worth it. But they're my favorite. My pumpkins. Maybe one day my pumpkins will get up and run away. And this, by the way, is an open field. And by my saying it's an open field, it does mean that if someone comes here, they can plant whatever they want if they have those permission to do so. If they don't, well, the only thing they can do is just harvest. I don't think I'd have to look at my customs again. But this is an open field where I put my, quested items that I need there. And what are these? I was tempted to do the cherry tomatoes, prestige them, but I don't know. Peppers. Let me talk to you about peppers for a second. Peppers are not used in this game, but you should plant them. Just like the pineapples. Plant them, or whatever you can. The reason being is because you're going to find some shops that's going to say, well, gee, I need 600 of those peppers, and guess what? You didn't plant any. Or it might ask you for pineapple, and you didn't plant any, or you didn't harvest any, and you can get them off the trees. You can plant them, things like that. The same thing with, oh, I didn't do barley? I thought I did. I guess not. But, the thing about this is that there are several crops that obviously that you're not going to use, but might give you some XP or whatever. They're not going to feed the animals and things like that. But, see? Yeah. Yep. It's like with the horseshoes and that stupid inventory thing. I mean, the warehouse. I mean, when we just got the horses. I mean, seriously. Thank God I put down 600 of those horses, because otherwise I would have been up the creek without a paddle. When when I was on my last thing for the warehouse, right? Because I remember it was either you, Ace, or somebody else. They said, "Oh yeah, I use such and such." I'm like, "Okay, great, right?" Oh, not me. It wanted over 600 horseshoes. I was like so beside myself. I'm like, seriously, it's gonna ask me for that, and we just got them. I'm like, that's just wrong. Oh, chickpeas. It's gonna ask me for chickpeas. Go figure. I'll put the chickpeas down. So yeah, guys, I had to wait a couple of days before I could honestly, before I was able to, do what I needed to do. Before I could level up, do the final level up of the horses of the warehouse. I had to use the horseshoes, and it was because and I only, like I said, I put down the 600 horses. Oh, well, I'm glad you did, because some of mine aren't even level 150 some. But I was very fussy about which ones I wanted to level up. I was. As honestly, um, um, when you look, like I have 48 cupcakes, really, I'm not going to do that. Um, and I just, to fill it up, it's 5,670. So if you look at the little things, that's why I didn't immediately um, level up all the shops right away. I did not do that. I'm guilty of that. Though I did level up the ones that I thought were more important to me in the farm. I did do that. But yeah, that was just horrifying. But before I could level up my shop, my warehouse, I had to wait those two some odd days for those horses to be ready to harvest. I was like, "Are you serious? It's gonna make me wait." Uh oh, spring, summer. I didn't. Okay, okay, so I'm good on that. So let's go look at my quest log. Red peppers I'm gonna pin because what am I supposed pin? Oh, wait a minute. The weight, red pepper, Mary Washington, barley, fruit. Oh, those are the trees. And I'm gonna pin these because the only reason why I pin certain ones is because I only pin the ones that require me to, do the food thing. Oh, and I got tons of red peppers. Yay me. I still haven't finished this farm. I, though I don't know if I really want to do, um, just to show you guys, like this big area is a 36 by 36 area. Now, I don't know if I really want to go the full gambit of, doing this section. So that would be one, two. I think it's to here. Um, I'm not sure if I want to do a 36 by 36 area here. I might, but then I would have to, obviously move the grapes, the peppers, which, I and I could just keep the rows down to 18 by 18 instead of 36 by 36. It is why is it not planting anything? Because I didn't set the signs up. That's why. Oh, it did. It went from red to green. My bad. See, I don't have any signs up yet for these. I took them down. So that's why. Of course. Oh, back up and pick the green. Because that's all you can do is green. For some reason, I don't know why, but my tractor is running really wicked slow. And I don't know if I should just log out and log back in. I don't know. You had all your shops done before they decided to change it to 200, huh? That's great. Wow. That's really great. But, if anybody, seriously, if anybody has any, thoughts, questions, or whatever, catch me up on YouTube, send me a message, however you want to do it. I'm here. But I definitely don't want any one of you to feel intimidated because this farm is a higher level or bigger than your farm. That's not the thing. Okay, that's not it. You know, as I've said, I've been playing this game since last year, and no, as you can see, I'm not level 500, and my farm's not 750. But um, that's because you know, I mean, I told you early on that why I stream, but I still like helping other people out. Um, and you know what? I still have my bad days and I still have my good days, but I'm not gonna stop in the middle of everything just because I'm having a bad day. Okay. I try to keep I mean, it's like I have my bad days and I keep it to myself. And you will never hear me say, well, yes, you will. I'm sorry. But if I'm having a really, really, really bad day and I'm streaming, I'm going to let you know, you know. But, but my days have been doing okay. It's that I'm okay. Um, and that works for me. It does definitely work for me. You know, a few months ago, yeah, I don't know if I was okay. But you know what? It's kind of like when I was talking to you guys about, what makes you happy. That's what counts. That's what matters. What matters is what makes you happy. That's the key. It's what makes you happy. Do not go out running around making other people happy because you know that's not going to, well, it does in a sense. It makes you happy. But then on the flip side is don't expect for them to give you the same happiness you just gave them. Okay? And it's not saying that in a negative way, but what I'm saying is it's kind of like you got to be a little selfish. And it's kind of like you got to take care of you. You know? You do. I know I have to take care of me because otherwise, if I didn't take care of me, I don't know. I'd probably fall down the rabbit hole in this really dark place with no candles, no nothing. Just, and then if I felt the walls, they'd be all slimy and icky and gooey, and it'd be like, oh, I don't want to touch that. Ew. you know. I think Blaze could probably relate. It's like, when your kids come in and they might have just had a lollipop or an ice cream or something, and it's icky and gooey and sticky, and you'd be going, what did you touch? Oh, you fell asleep, Daleks. Oh, I feel the love. It's okay, Daleks. You can fall asleep. How often do you fall asleep? Are you one of those people that, Now, see, these are melons. Hey, I fall asleep with my TV on. How's that? No harm, no foul. I fall asleep with my TV on. I'm guilty of that. Well, when I'm watching my shows, yeah. I think, well, I get really comfortable when I play my game. I really do. You know, yeah, I do. But at least I don't fall asleep hitting the walls anymore like I did on Farm Together. Yeah, and here's the thing. Yeah. Well, I used to, but see, now my room's well because I moved and my setup is totally different now. I play from my PC. Um, but then here's another thing that a lot of times back when I was playing Farm Together, I used to play from my Xbox, Doing what I do best, I would go to someone's farm, straighten it out for them. And, see, like you doing that long line. Of course, we're not doing the auto tractor on Farm Together, by the way. So, like when I'm planting something, you hop, 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 hop. That's all you're doing, right? Good Lord. And trust you me, I'm in voice chat on Xbox, and I would faintly hear a voice and faintly hear my name. Lady, are you asleep? And you have, you know, yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. It happens. It does happen. I mean, I think we're all spoiled by Auto Tractor. I think we all are. We're all spoiled by it. I surely know I am.
Motion detected at the front door.
What's it gonna change to? Because it's gonna be winter. It's gonna be winter soon. And let me check if it's winter soon. Let me see. What's the next one? Oh, see, yes,
You streaming?
yeah. What's up?
Can you physically check on your phone to see about my pack? I just saw Prime go by.
Okay, hold on a second. Ziggy, where's my package?
For Juanita, our supply should arrive Wednesday by 10 p.m.
Wednesday. They changed the time, the day. Instead of it being today, they changed it to tomorrow.
Look on your phone.
Okay.
Alright.
Boy, thanks for the warning. I'm waiting for a package to come from Amazon, and they said it would be here today. I had a feeling it wasn't gonna be coming, but that's okay. Whoa. I hate this color that they're using. Ew.
Motion detected at the front door.
Track package. Oh, it says previously expected today. We're sorry for the delay. Now it says your package is late due to a delay in transit. We're getting it back on track and have adjusted your delivery estimate. Yay! Thank you. Thank you for telling me. At least we know it's not, not an East Overshoe. I don't have to go running next door to my neighbors or something. Okay, so I have a thing I think I have to plant. Let me double check. Something was springtime. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to put that barley down right now. Nope. I think I might. I don't know. Okay, so barley, barley, barley. Yeah, I think honestly that when we're doing auto tractor, it's hazardous to your sleep. Oh, oh, crap! I don't have those fish. Well, I do, but I don't. So I got to get to work on my fish. I want to see how many walls I can open up on that other farm. I'm just curious now. That's funny. Okay. I know. I should. You know, I only have to plant. I don't know. Whatever it is. Okay. So now we're done with this. And let's just see. Oh, wait a minute. Those don't. Okay, chickpeas are done. Okay, so this is a summer thing. Okay, so we're good on that. Okay, you know, I'm gonna go get me a little favor to do the rabbits again. I always try to get favor in town before I actually get, you know, the boost that I need. Okay, I mean, because they're really helpful, and plus you can get some extra goodies from them. You know, you could get some diamonds, or you can get some ribbons from these guys. And I know some of you say, well, geez, it says I don't have any. You know, I totally get that because it does happen. I mean, it does. See, this is what I'm talking about. You can walk up to, because see, I just changed this. So I can see, so I can change that to whatever I want. I can put like a Easter basket or whatever. Okay, just to kind of give you a heads up, because I did that yesterday. And no, I'm not changing my pumpkins. I know you see those pumpkins there, but Halloween's over with. It is. But I'm probably the only one that likes pumpkins a lot, so it's kind of one of those, whatever floats your boat, put that up and you're good. Oh, berries. Okay, so I'm going to earn a few. I think I get diamonds from this. Yes, I do. And believe you me, I get a lot of berries, so I'm not going to worry about it. Oh my god, look at the grapes. That's depressing. Flowers I'm not going to worry about. Horseshoes you get. Oh, horseshoes you do get ribbons. You know. This is the smithy guy. And again, you get ribbons for your minerals down in the mine. See? So not only do you get like yeah, The Nightmare Before Christmas. So yeah. You know, that was a good movie. Good little show. Fruit Revolution. Which one was Fruit Revolution? Oh, all I have to do is those trees? Huh. Okay, let's go see the Fruit Revolution. Because they might be ready now, and I can just kind of... 280? Okay, let's see. Oof. I don't think they're ready. Let's check it. Yeah, see. So, when will they be ready? I want to say fall. Yeah. No, summer and winter. Oh, I am not going to hang out till... No, I'll do winter. Yeah. Because in the meantime... You know what? I'm going to... I might as well do it now, huh? So that way, you know, it's like going to the doctor's office. It's only got a pinch. Just a little pinch. Okay, so you see, this is number 4. Oh, shit. So if I wipe it, Damn it. Okay, so if I recycle this farm, which I'm gonna do because it's gonna be the farm that I put fish and my flowers on. Let's see. Which they're both the same, huh? This is gonna be a difficult choice. See, and I'll show you something. See how I have this? Oops, excuse me. See how I have this set up? Okay. See, I was intentionally gonna make this farm. I'll show you. We're just gonna go down here for a moment. And what I did was, because it's just extra, but see what I did was I put these down because, like I said, these take 2 days, 2 days, 1 day, 12 hours, 1 day, 12 hours, 1 day. And I did have some of these down for like when the quest came up. But if you kind of notice at your menu, a lot of these are a long time. So what I was going to do is keep this one as a farm that just has the ones with takes a long time. And I think it was my intent to just go from, like, let's say 9 hours and up. I don't want to do the grapes yet. I mean, I could, but I don't want to do the grapes yet. And if I did, it would be an 18 by 18. What you see up here, okay, is 36 by 36. This is one of the new things that they did for parameter. Instead of it being the standard 18 by 18, they did 36 by 36, which is really good because it will help you if, let's say, for example, if you are doing a lettuce farm, and if you're not, then it still works, because it allows you to plant. Let me see how many baby boos. I know it's 1,200 and something. The baby boos are I have 1,000. Come on, where are they? I know they're here. Where are they? Oh, come on. Oh, here they are. Durr. Okay, so baby boos, if you look at them, they're 2 seasons, right? And what you get back from them, I mean, you do get a little, you do get a little bit more gold, obviously. But you do get XP for 200. And that ain't too bad. Because I know I planted a lot of those when I could. And also the same thing I did with the acorn pumpkins. And those are all year round. And the other ones, Brussels sprouts, the same thing. I mean, you got to kind of look at it from the perspective of, yeah, it's going to take you 2 days. But, they kind of compensate you, with 200 XP because it's a 2-day thing. And the same thing with the Brussels sprouts. On some that they do have, like the pink peppercorns, they're 20,000, but you get 3,000 back. That's what your profit would be. You see what I'm saying? I think it's the green one. I mean, some of them you're not going to make a whole lot of profit back gold wise, but see, you got to take a look at this way. It's a spice, and I remember planting a lot of these just to get my ribbons. I mean, I did do the trees, but I also did more so, harvesting what I needed to harvest and things like that. So I think, okay, I'm gonna see how far I can open this wall, what it's gonna give me. 362,000. And look at that, I get a little hill. And see, I'll show you something. Remember when I said to you, like, if you have ample to open up a few plots, don't go back into town and flatten it. Wait. And this is why. Okay, 373. Nice. And see? I opened up there. So that's nice. Going up here. And I'm opening another plot. 383. Not bad. And I think that's the end. You see, that's the end. So that works for me. But if you notice all of this crap here, I mean, I'll remove it. That's not a problem. And you see these little hills. I'm gonna wait until it's it's just to see how far I can get with opening up these plots. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so now I'm gonna do this one, and obviously they go up 394,000. So I mean that's the deal, because obviously you've got land here, it's raised, and you know what? I'm gonna just hold. And you see that white? That's really raised. So in that sense, I'm gonna tell you don't waste your diamonds just to lower the land, because you're gonna be spending more diamonds than you should have to. Because look at this big piece of land right here. Okay, that's gonna eat up a lot of your diamonds. It will. Now I'm gonna head over here. I think this is the last one on this side, I hope. Yep. Okay, so now I'm going to go up here. And now I'm down to 899 diamonds. Ooh. So, I had quite a bit of diamonds. Okay. So we're going to open this. 427. So I know what's going to happen now. It's either going to give it to me or not. 427 might be 457. We'll see. 438. Okay. There we go. Now I'm down to 33,000 diamonds with one more wall to open. Okay. So, but I will get that back. So, to open this final piece of land over here on this side, okay, is going to cost me 450,000 diamonds. Okay. So, and I'll get that 450,000 diamonds, and then I'll have this open. But now here's what I usually do. I go back into town. Okay. That's why, I tell you guys to just wait before you want to flatten stuff out. Instead of spending diamonds and trying to do it, manually, because you will be wasting more diamonds than you need. Whereas if you go here, flatten farm, okay, so I'm going to hit yes. And then yes again. You got a long press, by the way, just so you know. Okay, so now you're done. Oh, and here's the other thing I'll show you. Like if you change the terrain, but you go, geez, I just did, you know what? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just open your farm and don't worry about the terrain. Because, that's what I usually do is I would just wait. But I can look over here, okay, and guess what? Everything over here is completely flat with the exception of this one because I did not open that. Okay? But at least, and I will do it later on. I'm not going to do it, while I'm streaming. But at least I know that I have all of this area here. And yes, it's green, most of it. Yep. With the exception of that one being white snow. So what I will do is I will put it green. That's what I will do. And that's why you have this button right here. Okay? You can see that that's snow over there. So if you want to switch it back to the green, okay, you just hop in your tractor and paint it over, and you're good. Because all of this here is going to be completely flat, as you can see. And I know, it's like, I wish they had something just to remove everything that's up there, but, who knows. I could see the benefit of not doing that. But you see, this is all white, not a big deal. And this is the green grass. And see, this is here. And so, and here's another thing I'm not going to do either. I'm not going to flatten this until, okay, hear me out. When I get over here, this is where I will flatten that out, because even though it's over here, and I open these plots up here, okay, and then incorporate them, I'll be able to flatten them all, you know. And like I said, try not to do it manually. I mean, if it's a little teeny bit, it's a little teeny bit. But if it's a lot, because you can clearly see that, oh, that's a big, you know, especially after you just did one, all right? You're going to be spending 10 diamonds per lowering it. Don't even do it. It's just a waste of your diamonds. But this here I'm going to put down for my fish. I'm actually going to recycle this farm, but I'm going to wait until I have everything done. But I think what I'm going to end up doing most likely is to kind of save a little bit. Yeah. I'm going to end up putting my fish up here. Okay. And fish and flowers. Yeah, I'm going to put my fish up in here. And they probably might drop down to this far. I don't know. But I probably will do that. And then my flowers, I'm going to put them on the right side. I'm not going to really put very much in here. I might even eliminate this middle area and downsize it a little. Just because. But I mean, like I said, I still have plans for what I want to do with this farm. But because I move things around, yeah. Like, see, these are my gold ones. These are going to be ready later on tonight at some point. So, you know, it'll be, for me, I'll be happy to harvest these with boost on and then get a little bit more leveling up in. But see, in the middle here, you know, I'm going to downsize. Because I have a feeling that's what I might end up having to do is to downsize it. So, what, you know, when it says to me, do you want to get rid of everything? I'm going to say yes. Because I know where my center is up here. And those trees, by the way, back here will be gone. And I will put something here that's going to show me where my center is. Because for the obvious reason, when everything is gone up here, all of this gray is going to be gone. The bus stop will still remain. But what I'm going to do is, you know, when I want to find out where my center is, and I'm not going to, like with my flowers, it will probably be 387 because that works for me to lay the sprinklers down. That is the only reason why I've come up with that number is 387. I've come up with that so I don't have to lay an extra sprinkler down for 2 flowers that's past the wall where the rest of the sprinklers go. But over on the left side, if I choose to put my fish over here, I'm good to go. I'm going to have this space here open, you know, obviously eventually. But here's those trees, the spooky trees. And obviously they're going to be gone. So I'm going to try to work out something that would make sense. I don't know if I want to put crops back in here again because for the obvious reason, this whole area is going to be my flowers. And this area up here was going to be fish. I know I had my fish over there, but now I'm going to swap them. I'm just going to swap them around. I'm going to put fish here, flowers there, and see how it goes. But I think that's kind of a fair thing to do. Yeah, I put this up here because I know that this is center, and I think there's 20-something spots here. But if I close the gap and do 387 flowers, let's say from, you know, well, we can't do it here. But let's say I do 387 flowers, okay? Let's say from this corner all the way down, I am going to have like a, you know, smaller, it's going to end up, they're all going to end up coming to here. And, you know, but I'm going to work around that. And you're probably saying, well, how do I find my center? It's really easy. If you have let's say if you have your farm opened up, right? And let's say you want to recycle it because you want to start over again. Here's the little thing that you do. They're cheap, inexpensive, whatever. Okay, what you do is you start from this corner, okay? And what you want to do is, it doesn't matter which corner you pick, just pick one. Now, what you do is, you go 387 all the way down, or 400, it doesn't matter, because either side will do 400, okay? So what you want to do is, you want to do, let's say, only, you want to only do one row, now listen to this carefully, not 6 rows, just one row. And make sure, obviously, you have a clear field. On your map, you want to do, let's say, 387 or 400. But see, it's going to screw you up, because the reason why, like I said, I chose the 387 row is because you see how I got these sprinklers set up? Okay. So what I did was, I have 387 rows of these flowers. It's just 387. Sprinklers, there's no, like, when I go to the corner, it goes from corner to corner with sprinklers, okay? So that way, it helps me, and I know it's 387. Now, like, if you go an extra, let's say, I want to back over here for a moment. Ooh, I had to make sure I'm not going to screw this up. So that's 1. This is 2 rows, 3, 4. Okay, now let me just show you something. If, for example, I decide, and I'm going to do it this way just so you get an idea, okay? So when I want to put another sprinkler down, like this one, okay, I know that this is already 387. Well, when I hit up here, this is going to be 396. Okay, so think of it as increments of 9. Okay, so for every time I put a sprinkler down, that's going to be an increment of 9. So 386, this is going to be what, 395. And then when you hit this one here, okay, again, you add 300, was it? I said 380, okay, 386, 395, and then you got this one here, which would be, I think, what, 404, something like that. So it's, you just got to kind of keep your mind on what you're doing as far as, you know, that those increments of 9. It'll make it even, because, you know, you don't want to put something here, for example, 1, 2. Yeah, we're going to math school. Yeah. Well, I'm telling you, this is crazy when you do it and you think, oh. See, because if I put down, let me see, let me grab one just for now, for the hell of it. See, let's say you're at that wall and you see what I'm saying? You don't want it to overlap, so that's where it is. But I think it's helpful for people, though, seriously, for people that, you know, try to get that so they don't hit the stupid wall with one sprinkler and they go, oh, shit, I gotta go back and put it there. So if they keep it in that increments of 9, they're doing okay. But oh, what a mess that is a terrible mess. But I'm not gonna touch that until later, when I can fix it. But I mean, I think my math makes perfect sense, right? Don't answer that. But I'm going to go back to my other farm. Which was, no, I ain't going to my lettuce, no. I'm done with that for now. But when I do log off, I'm going to leave that open for anybody that needs favor. Oh, did it make summer? Yeah, okay, so it made summer. Available, thank you, come on. Okay, so now we gotta do the Mary Jane thingamabobbles. Oh, and I gotta get some of those rabbits. I'm telling you, it's you know, when you're it's like when you're trying to plan out, um, I guess what it comes down to is like when you try to plan out a big farm like that, and especially if it's your second, third, or fourth, doesn't matter. It's like, well, what are you going to do next? So, because like I said, on those long term crops, it's not really a big demand for them, really. Like pumpkins, for a quest, those come up a lot. I'm trying to think what else. Uh, oh, and sometimes it does ask you for certain spicy ones, that you may or may not have room for. So, yeah. I figured, oh, what the heck, I'll just put the long term ones down there. So that way, if I get stuck and I need to get them, they'll be ready. Now, see? Poof, they're 387. Oh, and I have to go to that tree farm. I forgot about that. The Hasafacato. Oh, come on, guys. I gotta head up for my trees. Where's my tree? Oh. Okay, here we go. My trees better be ready, or I'm gonna have a problem. Okay, go down to 7. Oh my gosh. You know what's really stupid? It says I need 280, right? So that means I gotta come back for 10 more? Yeah, okay. So, a couple of things, like I said, for upgrading that you will need, that you don't, we don't, I know I didn't either, but will definitely be your pineapples, but you got pineapple trees, you know what I'm saying? You could still plant them as crops and things like that, but you got your pineapples, peppers, and what was that other one? Pineapples, peppers, melons. Yeah, pineapples, peppers, melons. Yeah. And see, if even if they ask you for like a little bit of cheese or something, don't worry about it. But it's mainly pineapples, melons, peanuts. Oh, jeebus. My peanuts are low too, so.
Motion detected at the front door.
Okay. I'm going back to my main farm. Didn't you just give me stuff? She did. It's okay. Sometimes these NPCs will show up almost like within 5 minutes of one another after you did one. They'll show up again. I don't know if it's because they show up every 2 seasons, but they show up pretty quick. They do. And the stuff they offer too, it will raise up a little bit. Like they can offer you more. Of course, well, they probably ask you for more too. He's famous for asking you for flowers. Okay, so all of that's done. Okay, go over here. Go back here. Animal pen. Okay. don't have enough peanuts. I know I don't. Oh, hell no, I do not. And I'm not touching them. Cheese factory. And if you can, by the way, try to, no, I mean, just use a little boost. I forgot the boost on my rabbits, but that's okay. If you have boost on, you double what you get from here, from your factories, just to give you an FYI, in case you didn't know that. I try to remember to do that, but I don't always all the time. And I know I don't have enough grapes. Oh, hell no, I ain't touching those. These are your tofu. You know, tofu is cheese. Excuse me, tofu is. Oh, I ain't touching that. Tofu is uses garlic to make cheese. Can you imagine that? Not that I want any, but you know, I'm good. I'm good with that. But it is time for me to say until the next time, c'est la vie. So I want to say thank you to everybody for being here. I do appreciate it and putting up with me. Oh, and thank you so very much. The place is going to be open, but I'm going to leave it open in case you want to get some XP or something like that. It's no big deal. But I want to, again, tell all my lurkers I love you dearly. And my prayers are always going out to you guys. Always. But I want to say God bless everybody. And listen, you know, keep your spirits up. Have a turkey sandwich with me on Thanksgiving. Or let's have hot dogs and beans. I don't really care. How about a PBJ, peanut butter and jelly sandwich? I don't really care. But again, thank you so much for being here. And God bless you all. Seriously, God bless you all for being here. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you all again. Thank you so much.